about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Maybe not the blowout you're looking for some of you, but a winner chicken dinner last night. Now I'm unplugged there. That's kind of weird.
I got you.
All right. It's all over the place. Thank you. Cords, cables, and Super Bowls. Good Thursday to you. NBA trade deadline day. I know that means a lot to some, not a lot to some others, but it is spicy. Lakers lose to a depleted garbage, and you can't blame this one on Russ. This isn't on Russ. You know why? Didn't play. What's up to you? Happy Thursday. Glad you're with us. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Good game for you last night. Little women win 72-57 in the pit. It was close in the second half. I don't know what constituted the blowout that some of our emailers were requiring from you yesterday. Is a 15-point victory enough for them to beat Air Force?
Hopefully. It didn't feel like a 15-point victory. It did not feel like the Lobos ended up shooting 52% from the floor. It was a heck of a grind till about midway through that fourth quarter when the Lobos took off and finished them off thanks to a career-high 25 points from LaTorra Dell.
Well, I already got one. James, this is just what the ladies do. I doubt there's a more lopsided series in the country. Fly Girls or the Lady Lobos, you know what, and have been for decades. Okay. All right, winner last night. It was tight. I was watching a lot of the third quarter, and I'm like, dang, JJ's got a ball game. JJ's got a game. So does Nikki. So does Bradbury. I don't think he wants it. But they pulled away and got the victory. So good win for the women last night. We creeped inches and inches and hours and minutes closer to Super Bowl 56. We'll go out, I believe, to Los Angeles sometime today. Your boys were there on Radio Row. That's Fred and Van and Buck D. And is he in the open? Like, is Buck D officially part of that show? They call it Two Men On.
Yes, they're all three in there.
So they're all three on the payroll, and they're all so
the show.
Which two are on and which one?
Fred and Van, and then they say in the bullpen, Robert.
Okay, all right. I'm glad you're listening to that. That's good. How was your show last night?
It was great. I met Adolph.
Did you?
Hey.
Was he there last night?
He'll call in tonight.
Adolph's a star.
Yeah, we love him.
Yes. I told you that, but I'm glad you got out.
That's the first time I met him. Yeah, he was very, and he asked me if the voice matched the face, and I said yes. Except I imagine him a little taller, but I'm very tall.
Was he short?
No, he's like
He's
6
an average
foot.
height dude, right?
Yeah, but I'm really tall.
6 feet's a little above average.
Right.
5'10", I believe they call average. So you had a good show last night?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, we were trying. It's Wednesday, man. It's a tough one for me. All right, well, I'm glad that worked out for you.
Thank you.
JJ, we got a bunch. I mean, a bunch. I've got some thoughts on Joe Burrow, and that's not going to be kind of where everybody's going with it right now, and I hope that's okay. I hope it's not sacrilege to just. I'm going to tap the brakes on anointing Joe Burrow the next face of the league, and I've got some thoughts and reasons why. We got a good guest list for you today. Coming up at 8:30 this morning, Jerry Palm will be with us. He is the bracketologist and one of the best in the business from CBSSports.com and CBS Sports. Pretty soon, Jerry's going to have to get a haircut and makeup because they're going to run back to New York for the TV shows, huh?
Going to get very busy.
Yeah, that's right. So Jerry gives us time on Thursdays. He'll be with us at 8:30. 9 o'clock this morning, Miles Kendrick is going to be with us. He is the new Lobo quarterback, the transfer from Kansas. Lobo football practice is underway, spring practice underway out at UNM, and so your new quarterback, Miles Kendrick, is going to be with us. You'll get to learn a little bit about him, why he chose the University of New Mexico, a little bit about his background and what he's all about. So I'm looking forward to having that conversation at 9. And then I believe somewhere in the 9 o'clock hour also, we'll get out to L.A. and talk to your boys. That's what you're figuring?
Oh, yeah. Someone's got to send it.
All right, so we're on that, and we'll work with that. 505-246-0610 is how to get here, 888-922-0610. All right, I guess you're – well, and you got a gold medal last night. You got Nathan Chen.
More gold, yes.
So Addie listened, my 15-year-old, she tells me about her favorite radio show. She says, so you're not listening to your dad? I said, no, I'll listen, Dad. So, and then she loved the Taylor Swift in the Open. So that was a big deal to her. Damn, it's 7 a.m. She's like, JJ really wants a gold medal, doesn't he?
Yes,
that's what
I do.
That's what she told me. JJ really wants a gold medal. So JJ got a gold medal yesterday.
Fantastic performance. The step in the right direction. Keep it coming, United States. Not about silver, not about bronze. We are about gold medals.
Well, you got one, and you'll get more. So that's good. All right, walk me through Lobo women's basketball last night. Big win for them. They're all big, but it's a bounce-back win, and I think that's what makes this one a little bit more important.
Yeah, they continue the streak of not losing back-to-back games this season, and it's back-to-back physical games. Air Force and Wyoming are teams that can dictate pace, that play really hard. Air Force crowds everything. There are so many deflected passes last night, almost turnovers, the pressure that's put on by Air Force. And it's one that, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a 15-point victory for UNM. But we started the broadcast saying don't overlook this team because of the lopsided series record. It has been in favor of New Mexico since these two teams started playing each other. But they pushed them all the way until that fourth quarter when UNM was able to take over, battle on the boards, make some defensive stops, got some big-time buckets from Tora Duff. And I think they're going to learn a lot from these last two games about what it takes, the grind against teams like Air Force and Wyoming. Because down the stretch we go, man, there's only 5 games left in the regular season. And this is still a team that can get better, that can find more consistency across the board. Because they'll have players go off, whether it's Tora Duff in the second half, Jane Della in the first half, but it's also a game where Shad Magruder had 2 points. So they have tons of things still to work on to chase that goal of winning a Mountain West championship in Las Vegas.
What was the difference in the fourth quarter then for them?
They started to come together defensively, really battle on the boards. Haley Jones for like 5 minutes in the fourth quarter felt like she was going to take over the game, the forward for Air Force. First half, 13 second chance points for the Falcons. Second half, 5.
It's a big difference. Yeah, it's a big difference. So
battling on the boards.
All right. So Lobos women win last night, 72-57. The men will play Friday in the pit. Northern New Mexico is in. It's a non-conference game. New Mexico State's back at it tonight. Utah Valley is the opponent. They'll be up in Orem, Utah. And it's a tough matchup. Actually, they were Dixie State tonight. I'm sorry, Dixie State tonight. Utah Valley on Saturday. Dixie State tonight in St. George, Utah. And then they go up to Orem to play Utah Valley on Saturday. So that's where the Aggies are. So I got a little bit of an answer on the gap for the Lobos men in regards to the scheduling and why there's such a gap and with the rescheduling, JJ. Like I was watching San Diego State last night, and the announcers were saying, you know, and what a run for San Diego State. They're going to play 11 games in 30 days. And I'm like, damn. And New Mexico was scheduled to play none in 13, right? And so what happened? Well, and then San Diego State won last night. It was 72-62. That was the only game in the Mountain West last night. They won in San Jose. They struggle, man. I don't know that I think San Diego State is an at-large team. I think they're incredible defensively. They miss more at the rim than anybody else. I think they are offensively challenged, and I just don't know that their resume is going to get them in as an at-large.
Yeah, they've taken a few steps back. You know, they had some victories, especially that large win over Colorado State, where you look at the Aztecs and go, yeah, that program is still at a different level. Mm-hmm. But they have sputtered. They've had more speed bumps offensively than we're used to.
This is going back a number of years.
This is a team that every once in a while, like, oh man, there's the Aztecs offense, but this year there are a lot more valleys in their offensive performance. And last night was a get-by game, and that's all they did was get by.
And they did.
San Jose State.
Yeah. If they win, like they got Utah State at home still, Fresno State on the road, Boise State on the road, Wyoming on the road. If they beat Boise State and Wyoming on the road, we'll start having a different conversation. Because now all of a sudden you got some quad one wins, right? So there's still a lot of meat on their bone, but JJ, I think they may have to win the tournament to get in. That may be the team that gets
Bubblicious right now.
Yeah, I think Wyoming,
Bubblicious.
Colorado State, and Boise State have better resumes.
They do.
I think they do. And I don't love telling you that, but here's the deal. So remember back when COVID was making, canceling games and rescheduling games back, December and January. So do you remember they rescheduled the Boise State game? San Diego State game got canceled, and they put the Boise State game somewhere right in that area. Remember that? Well, that was in this window where the Boise State game would have been, and so there was nobody to reschedule. The only teams that New Mexico had to reschedule against were Colorado State and San Diego State. They did reschedule Colorado State for next week, but San Diego State had all these other games, so there was nobody else to schedule. I mean, it's not like you're going to play San Jose State 3 times or Air Force 3 times. I guess you could have put Nevada in there, but I don't know what Nevada looked like. But that's the explanation I got. There was just no games to make up for them. They had the 2 games that were canceled, and it's just such a bummer for New Mexico because it's the week the story comes out that they're $500,000 projected shortfall on their projected ticket revenue. And you take away, they're going to be 1 game short, right? You get a Northern New Mexico gate. The 2 biggest draws for New Mexico basketball would be or would have been San Diego State and Steve Alford in Nevada. Well, Nevada was never on the schedule this year. That was the one team that wasn't coming here. And so you lose that. And then San Diego State got canceled. They're not coming. Those are the 2 teams that Lobo fan, that's the, you look at the schedule and say, oh, I got to go see Alfred Noodles. Oh, I want to see San Diego State because, well, they become kind of the team that you love to hate. And you didn't get either one of those games. So and you fill that in with a Friday night Northern New Mexico game. And, I mean, I hope you go out and watch it, and it'll be good and entertaining, I guess. But did you see my point? So that's what I understand happened.
Okay.
They're just, they rescheduled the one, and there were just no other makeup games for New Mexico because New Mexico is one of the few teams that didn't have a COVID pause. So that's what and you moved 1 game out of this window to fill a hole early in the season, assuming there were going to be a lot more of these, and we're just going to shuffle the schedule each week and figure out what we can do. Well, then when things slowed down with the variant, with the COVID, with the Omicron, the schedule stayed somewhat intact at the back end of the conference season, and they just tried to fill in gaps, and there weren't a lot of gaps to fill in. And the one gap to fill in for San Diego State, there wasn't room for them to figure it out, I guess. So that's what I got for you on the schedule. I know we had a lot of conversation about that yesterday. All right, Jerry Palm at 8:30. Lobo quarterback Miles Kendrick, 9 o'clock this morning. Glad you're with us. Now, you got a lot of choices out there. Thank you for remembering that you're listening to 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mix a little sports analysis.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Cheese is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Turbo Threads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Lakers lost big to the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. All right. Russell Westbrook was benched for the stretch run. Well, Russ sat out last night due to lower back tightness. Happened to be the day before the trade deadline. I don't think anything's happening there. And Lakers lose to a Portland Trailblazer team that was depleted, that isn't good, that had just sent their longtime starting guard to New Orleans. Lakers lose 107-105 to Portland. Now, Russ looked good. Bright orange jacket. He always looks good. This is a train wreck now. Is it not?
They lost to a G League team.
Essentially, right?
And that was with Anthony Davis and LeBron James playing 40 minutes.
Okay.
And you lose that game. It's unbelievable how bad things have gone for the Lakers. You wanted to give them a chance. All right, get healthy. Get on the floor. Well, you were healthy last night with 2 of your stars. It was supposed to just still be all about LeBron James and Anthony Davis.
Right.
And you can't beat the Portland Trailblazers? You're sleepwalking yourself into the play-in tournament, and you're going to play yourself home. That's what's happening with the Lakers. And Russ is the fall guy, but it ain't all on Russell Westbrook.
It wasn't his fault last night?
He didn't play last night.
He wasn't dressed.
You're not going to save this year by who's trading for Russell Westbrook right now. What are you getting in return that all of a sudden is making that roster better? You made these decisions. Whether you want to say it's LeBron James, Rob Pelinka, it was a huge swing and a miss what the Lakers did this offseason with that roster.
So I don't know Portland's roster. You tell me it's a G League team.
Nurkic.
Yeah, I know Nurkic.
And Anthony Simons.
Yeah, and that's it. I don't know C.J. Ellaby from Washington State. I remember him playing in college.
Ben McLemore's been there, done that.
Fine. Okay, and Justice Winslow, which I forgot he was there. Did you know he was there from Duke?
They just traded for him.
Okay, Greg Brown III out of Texas. I don't know who he is. With all, and I don't follow it like you do. Just because I don't know who he is doesn't mean he's not good. But I'm looking at this roster, And I'm looking at this. Kelvin Blevins from Montana State scored, 10 points last night. You have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Trevor Ariza, Lake Monk is supposedly the next coming. Okay, I don't know where rock bottom is because you keep thinking you hit rock bottom with them. The Blazers were a 21 and 34 team that quit. I mean, I don't say quit on the court. The guys were there, but basically when they traded away C.J. McCollum the other day, they said, all right, we're rebuilding. We're done. We're at the bottom of the standings. We can't get back in. We don't have a run at this thing. And so here come the Lakers for a get-well game after getting run out of their own built by the Milwaukee Bucks. And you get beat by them? And you're going to tell me it's all Russell Westbrook. So Russ had lower back soreness. First game Russ has missed. Don't start with, he's injured. No. This is the first game he's missed. He's been the one solid. If you want to bag on him for not being able to shoot and for turning the ball over, all that might be legit.
This was a
but
calculated.
I will tell you, that dude goes out, but he goes out every night.
Yeah, this was a calculated DMP.
Okay, fair, fine, whatever. But he goes out there every night and plays. And he may not have a high shooting percentage. He may turn the ball over too much. Dude goes out there and balls. I don't think anybody's ever questioned his effort, have they?
No.
Okay. Anthony Davis has missed how many games? LeBron's missed how many games? So Russ is there every night. They sat him down last night with lower back stiffness. Okay. This ain't on him. That one ain't on him. I don't know. Look, I'm loath to say LeBron's done because all LeBron did last night was put up, 30 and just go bonkers. Like, his numbers are solid. At some point, does he say, peace, I'm out? I'm going. Is he a free agent after this year? He's like his contracts are always structured where he can get out after every year, aren't they?
Usually, I'd have to double check on what it is for the Lakers. But this is it's the age of LeBron in the sense of these used to be games he could win.
Well, he could just carry you to win, right?
But
Jump
even,
on my back,
with
boys.
the stat line.
Yeah. He was 30-7 last night.
Yeah, even with that stat line, they didn't win. And it was in the last minute of that game, it was just terrible possessions. Too. The Lakers got it within, it was 105-102, and then they didn't foul. And they played it out, but it only left 4 seconds left.
And then they give up an offensive rebound.
The Trailblazers just throw up a three-point shot, long offensive rebound, and you're just like, what are you doing in that moment?
Yeah.
Like, no one was locked in, no one was paying attention. Just terrible basketball for the Lakers.
Yeah. I don't know where this goes. Something's going to have to happen. We'll reach out after Super Bowl and see if John Ireland wants to spend some time with us, the voice of the Lakers. But the Lakers right now are in the 9th spot in the West. They are game behind the Clippers. So basically, where we are now, they would play New Orleans tomorrow. If season ended in the play-in game, the loser would be out. The winner would play the loser of Minnesota, the Clippers. This is what we're talking about with the Lakers. This LeBron James Lakers team. 26-30. At some point, do we have a conversation about what does this mean for his legacy? If they're a play-in team, and even if they're in the play-in tournament, JJ, I think they get through the play-in tournament, but I don't think they get through the first round because then they get Phoenix or Golden State in the first round. And Golden State got beaten Utah last night. But at some point, he assembled this, right? This was to get him to he's stacking rings at the end of his career. That's what he's trying to do, right? The only argument people have, that's not fair, the only argument. The biggest argument people have in the whole Michael LeBron conversation is Mike's got more rings, right? It's not the only argument, but it's the mic drop moment, right? So I think he's chasing rings, trying to get to Kobe and then to Mike. And so he put together his buddies, put together this group, and it's failed miserably up until this point on February, whatever today. What are we, 10?
Yeah.
Whatever the hell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if this goes the way it's going, at one point, I'm not telling you his legacy is tarnished to the point where he's not one of the greatest players ever. He is. But this is going to be a big chunk of it, isn't it?
I don't think it's going to be a big chunk of it.
So the L.A. part of his because he won one in L.A.?
It's a championship, but it's also a championship that people can easily spin and say it's not as valuable as
No,
the other
it is.
championships because of the pause, and then
It was
playing
in
an
the
empty
bubble.
It was a bubble championship.
Yep.
So that's a lot of people going to enjoy that conversation right now. LeBron James, even at the level he's playing at, ain't that dude to carry a bunch of regular dudes to the next level. And that is with Anthony Davis on the floor. Now, you shouldn't lose that game last night. I don't care if you're tired. AD and LeBron played 40 minutes each. And he got beat by the Trailblazers. And that game was really, it just comes down to the character. Like, of just the players. Like, you have a bunch of veterans on that roster. This ain't about, oh, we're just getting through being tired.
Yeah.
You don't have that room for error anymore.
Yeah, I watched the Frank Vogel post game. He's their head coach, and Frank, you think what you're saying just is the same thing every night, and it's just falling on deaf ears. Basically, it's this your fault? Let me just tell you something. And I get it, and it's a what was last night? Wednesday. It's a Wednesday night game in Portland in February, right? And so if you're against a roster of guys you've never heard of, so if there's ever a game to not get up for, it's a Wednesday night game in Portland in February after you just got beat the night before at home and then had to go up there. Like this is your quintessential. When I tell you, well, I mean, it's the November game in Minnesota, the Tuesday night game in Portland. This is that game.
it.
That's that game that I'm playing 82 of these damn things and I can't get up for everyone, and we're playing the way you described it, a G League team who's horrible on a Wednesday night after I just played a home game. Like, this is the game I'm not getting up for. All right, so I'm really careful. I don't want to overreact to this, right?
It'd be different if
they were rolling.
Fourth or fifth seed.
Right.
Not
and they
under
just got
500.
run out of their building the night before.
And a dude that should take over those games, that is there to do that, is Anthony Davis. In these moments.
Can they flip the switch? Because I think that's what there's still this whole, but it's still that guy, and it's still Anthony Davis, and Russ will be there, and
You know
they're
how
going to
many
add a
guys
piece?
are on that roster that are just like DeAndre Jordan, Dwight Howard, are just sitting on the bench.
Carmelo?
Melo's out with
playing?
injury.
Yeah, but I mean, he's on that roster.
Like, Melo's at least a dude that does something. He is far from the worst thing that's gone on with the Lakers this season.
Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan did not play coach's decision last night.
It's like, what? Like, those are two dudes you're just looking at and go, why are you here?
Well,
why? Like,
didn't
Dwight
we say that
Howard.
when they signed
Well,
him?
Dwight Howard factored in. Like, so I get why he's still around.
He was a factor of their championship team.
But,
2
like, you
seasons.
bring in DeAndre Jordan. Like, what's the point?
I don't know.
You have Dwight Howard, and now you're going to bring in DeAndre Jordan to never play a basketball game?
I don't know.
What is this? What are these decisions?
So is this Rob Pelinka? Is this the GM now?
It's on both of them.
But
because we think LeBron is the de facto GM,
that's where I'm
and he was a
going.
big push for bringing in Russell Westbrook. Okay, but then it's on Rob Pelinka to say, all right, this is what we're working with.
Well, but didn't LeBron have a big say in bringing in Carmelo and
Melo's
Howard,
fine.
and Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan?
But I'm looking at like a DeAndre Jordan.
So
these
LeBron
other pieces.
didn't bring those guys in?
But that's when Rob has to push back. Like, and how do you do that against LeBron James? Because even LeBron James, all right, DeAndre Jordan's a veteran, and you trust those guys. He's never on the floor.
Look,
so what is he doing for you?
I agree with you in theory. You have that conversation. LeBron James comes over and say, "Hey man, DeAndre's going to be here, and we need him." And you tell LeBron, "Hell no." No. You look at LeBron saying, "Dude's washed up, man. We got some money. We got our roster.
We got Dwight for that role. We don't need just another dude who's never getting on the floor.
And DeAndre's good, and he's going to be good in the locker room. And I told him he can come." You tell LeBron, I mean, this is a relationship thing
where you throw all those names that you just read off.
Yeah,
the Trailblazers.
Yeah,
like that's one you're like, all right, let's see what G League rookie forward we can put on the floor to give some energy to this team, because anyone that is a role player, that guy that popped, Alex Caruso is a dude.
And
he can play in this league,
they got rid of him.
and you let him walk.
Yeah.
But everybody that puts on a Lakers uniform, people think is a great. Saying, "Oh, Malik Monk, a resurgence."
That's right.
Austin Reeves. You didn't find no one. You're just wearing a Lakers uniform. You don't have a good roster
he's on TV
around
every
those
night.
stars.
Yeah, he's on TV every night. 505-246-0610. Laker fan. You got to be puckering a little bit. I mean, I got it. It's February 10th, and it was a Wednesday night in Portland. Look at the standings. Look where your team is. Your team's under 500, and that's your guy. LeBron James, your guy. You are not only under 500, you are 4 games under 500. You know what you are away from Crypto.com Arena? You are 9-17 on the road. I mean, I guess you could just turn it around. I guess you can flip the switch.
Big fat L.
505-246-0610. Hey, I ask people all the time, how you living? So, fellas, how you living? You living like you want to live? Hope you are. Hope you're feeling well. But if you're not, if you're feeling sluggish, tired too often, put on a few extra pounds, or even dealing with erectile dysfunction, I strongly suggest you call NuMale. NuMale is a men's health clinic. They're right here in Albuquerque. They've been helping men all over the country deal with these natural issues for years. NuMale's industry-leading testosterone replacement has been feeling like themselves again. You can call them at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or visit NuMale.com. That's NUMALE.com. Told you this. It was a while ago. A buddy of mine, I was playing golf, and he said he'd heard me talk about NuMale. On the radio, he made an appointment, and he honestly thanked me because he went, and he's feeling better. And guys, that's the beauty of NuMale. It's the results. It works, and there are thousands of stories like him. You have nothing to lose. You got a whole lot to gain. Call NuMale at 505-652-1688. 505-652-1688 or visit NuMale.com and feel better.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos!
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
10, 95.9 FM, and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, so where are you on that? Dan says, is LeBum in the transfer portal at the end of the season? I mean, at some point, no, honestly, does he just say, I'm done?
Well, he said he's going to try to play when his son gets into the league, and he's willing to trade to that team or do whatever trade.
All right, and so what are we, a couple of years from that? But that's not this off season.
Right.
I know he's pretty much settled and invested in Los Angeles now, right? But you can, as you well know, do entertainment, do your stuff from wherever you want. I mean, are we having a conversation about him picking a team this year?
This year, no.
In the offseason? No?
No.
Okay. So is he going to try to put this thing back together again with more pieces, bring more people to L.A.?
He is still under contract next season.
But if he says trade me,
okay,
he can demand a trade.
He's not trading.
You don't think so?
No. He will say trade Anthony Davis, trade Russell Westbrook, and bring people to Los Angeles. LeBron is not leaving the Lakers.
Okay. Trade deadline's today. The more and more I read, the more and more I'm convinced that James Harden's getting traded from Brooklyn to Philly for Ben Simmons, which I think then, well, I look at it and I say, who does this benefit more? And I look at what Philly's doing, and you add a piece and don't subtract anything because they're doing this without Ben Simmons anyway, right? I mean, this is a straight addition, no subtraction for them. I'm like, damn, they get good. Ben Simmons hasn't played all year. I don't know that you can just plug him in and automatically he's a piece in Brooklyn. I think this is a plus in the immediate for Philly.
Yes, because you got a guy that is a little banged up right now, but he's still a presence scoring. It's going to be all about Joel Embiid on that 76ers roster. I think the main hang-up is right now, if you're Brooklyn, you're saying, all right, we'll take Tyrese Maxey and Seth Curry along with Ben Simmons.
Okay.
And so if you're Philadelphia, you're just trying to iron out the edges because you'd like to keep one of those guys to pair in that backcourt. But it's a trade that, if you're Philadelphia, you got to do it. You're not getting anything out of Ben Simmons.
Nothing.
Get some value out of him. And guess what? It's okay to lose an asset like Ben Simmons if in the immediate you get James Harden. And even though
just the immediate, probably.
And even though James Harden is walking into free agency, ain't nothing wrong with that. Because guess what? You ain't saddled with either contract after that. And then you can go make more moves.
Yeah, I think it would be in the immediate for that. It's to me, I looked at it. The reason I make the trade if I'm Philly is because I've got a healthy Joel Embiid, and I haven't before. And I'm making all kinds of moves, and that may make me the best team in the East. That makes me now, and I know what the standings say, but all of a sudden now I go in the playoffs and say, all right, Giannis and Middleton and what you guys have, look what we got, right? And all of a sudden you're now looking at Philadelphia and saying, trust the process. The process may have actually come to fruition. We may actually be there, huh?
Yeah, and it's a move that gets you better right now, and then it opens up more things for you following this season when Ben Simmons' contract is gone. The weight of Ben Simmons is out of there. And then if it really works with James Harden, you can up him for a few more years if you want. If not, all right. You just created a ton of cap space. You find out who's going to be the Robin for Joel Embiid.
All right. I think it's sexy, it's exciting, and I think it's going to happen. You think that goes down? You think
James Harden?
Yes. There's just too much. I think there's too much smoke right now. Don't you?
I think there's way too much smoke, and it still doesn't make sense to me.
What doesn't make sense?
What doesn't
make sense?
make
Well, I don't know. I just can't. I don't know why James Harden would want to leave.
Because he's done.
He's done.
He's. I think he's tired of Kyrie Irving. They're not winning. He's miserable. Like, have you watched what's going on there? Yeah. He decides this is one of those where were they the other day? Sacramento, when they had lost 5-6 in a row, and he's like, yeah, I'm not playing. Like, and I think they're done with him too. By the way, I think KD and him are done. I think his attitude, is he a winner? Like, because that's the one piece where you say, okay, put him on Philadelphia and puts him over the top. Okay, what's he ever won? What's the knock on him? What's the knock?
James Harden and Russell Westbrook suffer from the same narrative because they haven't won a championship. Yeah. But they're not as bad as the public perceives them to be. The dude that I look at Brooklyn, and yeah, it's really frustrating right now, but he ain't Kyrie Irving. He ain't the part-time player.
No, I agree.
He ain't causing all this mess.
100%.
He really does have a hamstring issue right now.
No, look, if he's pissed off and frustrated, I don't blame him. The Kyrie thing would piss me off too. If I went and assembled that team there and brought that big three together and say our window, and you know the window's tight. You know it's a tight window. I know I'm a free agent this year. This is the year the three of us are together. And look, do your thing. Don't get vaccinated. Do get vaccinated. I don't care. But what you're doing to our chances, what you're doing to our team, that's 100% I'd be frustrated.
So, and this is also one where you look at, this isn't James Harden going in there to save the franchise. This is James Harden playing off of Joel Embiid.
Okay.
And so I think that's a better situation for him, just like it would be if Kevin Durant was on the floor.
Yep.
But he's not.
So the knock on Harden is, what is he in big playoff games? He scored 43 in game 1. Where is he in game 6 and 7? That's the knock on him, right?
Okay.
I mean, yes. Okay. And I think it's a fair knock, by the way.
But it's also, if you want to break it down, I'm not going to look back at some of those playoff series, and even when the Rockets had the meltdown, and be like, as good as James Harden is, he's not beating the Warriors by himself. Like when Chris Paul got hurt.
I agree with you. I agree.
I'm taking James Harden all day, every day, because the one thing I know, I trade for him, give him 2 weeks, he's going to play basketball for me this season. Ben Simmons is not.
And that's why I told you right off the top I'd make that trade. It's addition with no subtraction. So I'm losing Seth Curry, and what else am I losing?
Yeah. If you can get say you get Harden, Patty Mills.
Okay.
But at that point in time, if you're Brooklyn, I think Seth Curry's a little bit better than Patty Mills.
I'll give you that.
You keep one of those guys, throw in Thibault, say, all right, here's a young wing if you want him to. Now all of a sudden, you still have Tobias Harris there.
Yes, you
which
do.
Is a good number 3. And then Harden, Harris, Embiid, make a run at Miami, make a run at Milwaukee. Go.
No, I think if you're Philly, you want to do this because your time's now. Brooklyn thought their time was now too, and that's why they may be holding on. But I just, if he's so miserable,
and it's a trade request without officially requesting a trade, because it does not get reported that James Harden wants out, but
they report those things.
No, I mean
to the league.
No, the reporter.
Okay.
So the story is that James Harden didn't want to officially go to the front office and say, I want traded because of the backlash.
Yeah.
But yet that story is out there that you want to get traded. So it's...
you know that.
Yeah,
you know that.
Like you're leaking the story because you want to get traded.
That's right.
Oh, but I'm not officially saying it because I don't want to be that guy. You're that guy. You just did it.
Of course you did. My people talk to your people. You know how that is. Hey, the demand for security for homes and businesses increases every day in our town. You add to that, some security businesses are changing the rules for current customers, and those people are calling Aaron Jones at IPS. And so not only is Aaron providing great security for homes and businesses, he needs more officers. And if you're interested, if you're law enforcement, retired law enforcement, former military, have security experience, IPS needs you now. You can work for a company passionate about stopping crime, protecting homes, businesses, and families, making Albuquerque a better place to live and to work. Call them at 505-897-2420, 2420 or visit ipsglobal.com. Fill out an application online. Get world-class training to protect and serve your community. And remember, too, if you're looking for an alarm system, IPS installs them. Right now, IPS can put an alarm system in your home, in your business, and if it goes off, they will respond. They'll still respond to any alarm system, but if you don't have one, call IPS. They'll set you up for unmatched security. Don't wait to be a victim. Sleep better at night knowing IPS is watching your business. Be confident during the day. They've got eyes on your home while you're not there. Call them at 505-897-2420, 505-897-2420, or visit ipsglobal.com.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos.
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number one in New Mexico for a
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff.
Lobo football spring camp is underway. So we'll talk to the new Lobo quarterback coming up at 9 o'clock, 8:30 this morning. Jared Hart. That's producer Jared.
Producer Jared.
What am I doing? Like Jerry Palm. Jared Hart. I was just actually Googling him because I needed that's the Valentine's Day promotion that I'm going to tell you about.
Yes.
I literally just Googled him. That's why that came out of my mouth as I typed it. Jerry Palm's going to be with us at 8:30. Hey, it's the best Valentine's Day ever, and today's your last day to get qualified. Listen now for your chance to text in and get qualified to win the best Valentine's Day package ever. It's $250 gift certificate to John Thomas Jewelers. Beautiful flowers from People's Flowers. Wine tasting for two at Gruet, and delicious sweets from the Candy Lady. Text the word LOVE, L-O-V-E, to the studio text line 505-246-0610. 505-246-0610, and you'll be entered. All right. You want to wrap up? We're just on the NBA stuff. Do you want to wrap up on that? Because we're going to change directions and go NFL when we get back. But any last thoughts on what we to expect today in the trade deadline?
Philadelphia.
See, that goes down.
Needs to make that move. Got to move on from Ben Simmons.
Yes.
And guess what? That would be also a win for the Nets because you get a dude that is still young, that you put him on the floor with Kevin Durant.
But doesn't it take a minute?
He can play off of KD.
Does he play tomorrow? Like, is he play now?
Give him 2 weeks.
Okay.
They get in shape. Let's go. And then you got a little piece for the future and figure out what Kyrie Irving wants to do with his life. Kevin Durant's going to be there for a few years. I think a move that makes
new start.
A ton of sense for both teams because Brooklyn is struggling and Philadelphia, you said it, Jeff, that window to attack is right now.
I just think it makes so much sense for both teams. Philadelphia is the 5 seed right now at 32-22. Brooklyn is sitting in the 8th spot, 29-25. How about if I told you that if you took the Lakers and Brooklyn combined, those were your two favorites to play in the finals, right? And said to you they are 500, those two teams. Those two teams combined are one's 4 under break even and one's 4 over break even. You'd have told me I'm high, right? You what? That's where we are. All right. Let's talk some football when we get back. Super Bowl. You might have heard that it's happening on Sunday. I got a thought on Joe Burrow when we get back. Love me some Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Everybody loves Joe Burrow, but I am going to tap the brakes a bit on Joe Burrow. Tell you why. He's your guy?
I like him, but
I like him too.
Think you're forgetting about Dre.
I'm forgetting about what?
That was good, JJ. The halftime show.
Yeah. Is that what I'm saying? No, I didn't forget about
All
it.
these want to talk about, they forgot about Dre.
It's the opening drive. I will not forget about any of them. Not even Kendrick Lamar. I will forget about none of them. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From Laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos!
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Sunday, your boys will be there in LA today. We'll talk with Van from Fred and Van from Two Men On. Those are the Two Men On. They're at the Super Bowl at Radio Row. We'll talk to him at 9:30. Rams, Bengals, right here on our radio station. That's coming up on Sunday. So Joe Burrow's getting all the love, the Bengals quarterback. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, A. Marie, Adrian. So all the love's going to Joe Burrow. And can I preface this take with I dig me some Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow's going to be terrific. I think Joe Burrow is got everything, the swag, the demeanor, the arm, the game, all of it. Love him. And I understand why Joe Burrow is he's going to be the face of the league, and he's going to be he's the next this. And yes, he will be on Chunky Soup commercials, or he'll be there with Jake from State Farm, or maybe he's going to take over the whole progressive thing from Baker Mayfield, whatever. Yeah, you'll see a lot of, and you should. And all the power to him, and God bless him, and I love his story. Can I give you a little bit of reality on this, though? Because as much as I think he's good and he's terrific, so they're here. It's not like he's been dominant. And JJ, you said this going in. The AFC, there's still Josh Allen, and there's still Patrick Mahomes, and there's still.
I like how we're calling it the honeymoon phase. Joe Burrow's in the honeymoon phase. Yeah.
But let me explain something to you. First playoff game. The Raiders were at the 6-yard line. If Derek Carr converts, we might have a different story, right? Okay, so they get through that. Second playoff game. They played, how did I just forget who they played? Who played in the second playoff game? Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill was garbage. He got sacked 9 times to Joe Burrow, but Tannehill threw the ball away 3 times. I mean, would you say they were a little fortunate to get out of that one?
Yes, there's always an element of that. I will look at those 2 games.
I'll give you the third. Look at Patrick Mahomes in the third game.
Yeah. And say Joe Burrow did enough to where you had a chance.
Enough. I agree.
In those games, the second half against Kansas City is what everyone's living off of right now.
All right, and fair. He was really, really good in the second half against Kansas City, and Kansas City was really, really not good. His numbers against Kansas City were 23 for 58, 250, 2 touchdowns, and interception. It's nice. And the biggest number is he won. And I'm well aware of that. And see, what I want to be really careful here is I'm not doing anything to diminish Joe Burrow. I think he's really good. The numbers he put up against Tennessee, he threw for 348 yards. Now, no touchdowns, 1 interception, got sacked 9 times. He's got to get rid of the ball a little bit. All those sacks weren't on his line. In the wild card round, he threw for 3. That's not even right. He threw for 244 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Like, he's been good. And the bottom line is the bottom line. The bottom line is you win. And so please understand, I dig him. He may be in for a little something on Sunday. I think the Rams are better. I think Stafford is better right now. And I love his story, and I love his swag, and I get it, and I get what 2 weeks of hype does. And I could sit here on Monday, and you could tell me, see, you're a fool and you're wrong, and that could be.
Wrong, Jeff.
Because I think Joe Burrow is going to be a really good quarterback. He may even have a Hall of Fame career. But I'm just not ready to tell you.
Even if he wins, I'm not buying he's the face of the league yet.
Okay.
Like, you still got that Patrick Mahomes dude out there.
Yeah.
You still got
Aaron Rodgers
really
still
good
there.
quarterback. Yeah, Tom Brady stepped away. Okay. There's still a lot of quarterbacks in this league. And with Joe Burrow, it's a swag, and he's doing it with the Bengals. It is unprecedented how quickly this team went from 2 wins to the Super Bowl.
No doubt. And he's the difference. He is the difference.
And it's on Joe Burrow because he was healthy this season, and they won. They still were a 10-7 football team in the regular season. But guess what? That doesn't matter because the NFL is built. You get hot at the right time. We've seen it. This is like the New York Giants all over again. Some of the runs they went on. But Joe Burrow is a much better quarterback than Eli Manning, just in terms of the ceiling and what you look at overall. This is a game where I think it could get ugly for Joe Burrow, but not because he's not talented. The dude is taking 51 sacks on the season.
Yeah,
it's the most in the NFL.
Here comes Aaron Donald and Von Miller in that front. Yes.
And I just keep looking at that, and he's overcome it. He's battling. He never gets rattled. which is big, which is why they're in this game. All those moments that you just laid out in the playoffs, they're here because somehow, some way, he just hangs on and his team is right there in the moment. So as much as we're looking at Joe Burrow and, let's go, house money, you flip it. If Matthew Stafford keeps it, turns the ball over once, I think you're happy with that. Because Cincinnati, saw this stat last night, they are 9-1 when they win the turnover battle. You're like, okay, well, of course, you win the turnover battle.
You tend to win, yes.
But they're a team that is so reliant on that.
That's big. I didn't see that stat.
Like, it's can they overcome it if they are struggling? Like, if the chips are stacked against them, or the deck, I should say, what are we going to see out of Joe Burrow then? So that's why I think we're all looking at that second half and saying, all right, was that the moment against Kansas City that is the dude that is taking over the league?
So, a couple things. First of all, I'm going to push back on their playing with house money. I know that's a big narrative. Can I push back on it a little bit? When you get to the Super Bowl, there's no more house money, okay? There are so few chances, and I will go back to the Dan Marino conversation every single time on this. And I'm starting to have a conversation about Patrick Mahomes now. You know, we think, they'll be back so many times, and he's young, and they'll be back. And Mahomes got back once, didn't get back this year. It's not that damn easy to get back. There is no guarantee. And while you're young and your team's really good, everybody else is finding a young guy who's got a really good team. So when you get here, like with all due respect, and I've been listening to too many players talk about this, and they say that's just people who have never played the game talking about it, and I buy that. So when you get to this point, when it's the Super Bowl point, when it's this level, I don't buy the house money thing. I think there's as much on for the Bengals. I'll give you this. Is there more pressure to win because of everything the Rams did to get to this point, and their window may be tighter? Yeah, I'll give you that. There's more pressure on the Rams to win. But look, the house money thing I struggle with. How can you have this conversation? And this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to praise Joe Burrow, but still tap the brakes and reel it back a little on making him, putting him on Madden and a Wheaties box and on a Chunky commercial and have him sell soap and insurance and everything else. And you know what? He can go do all that. I just think I love the story as much as anybody. And I look, JJ, everything you said, and I'll even add one piece to it that you didn't mention, and I know you have before. It's basically his first year, right? He's coming off the injury last year, so you come off that horrific injury. It's his first year full-time starter. It's the Bengals, who were the worst team in the league 2 years ago, that haven't won in 34 years, basically. All of it. I got it. I love it. And they got to the Super Bowl. And so to me, it's wonderful. It's freaking. Okay, all of those accolades, but can we reel it in just a bit? Because the reality is this thing could have ended in the first round against the Raiders. Derek Carr threw the interception. Second round against Tennessee, and they were driving to win when Tannehill threw the interception. And this was no fault of Joe Burrow. He'd be sitting on the sideline just like Tom Brady was at the end of his last game, right? No fault, just like Josh Allen was at the end of his game. And then Patrick Mahomes fell apart in a way we've never seen him fall apart in the second half of their game. They were down 21-3 at one point?
It was.
Okay? And I didn't think they belonged on the field. And Kansas City, and this has nothing to do with Joe Burrow. I thought Cincinnati's defense played better. So this could have gone side, but it didn't. And so here we are, and I love the story, and it's wonderful, and we'll play it up, and he's a good guy, and
because there's no other way to spin it. Like, this is all Joe Burrow.
Yes.
For Cincinnati.
But I think it ends. Now,
I'll ask this question to you guys.
Yeah.
Jeff and Amory. Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford? Let's take out, the offensive line, all that. It's all right. You have the first pick. These two guys.
Matthew Stafford,
right?
How about Matthew Stafford?
Off experience, though, too, right?
I'm taking Matthew Stafford as
well. Off experience, the way he's playing in the postseason.
Yep.
Right now, if you had the same exact team in front of them.
Yeah. Look,
who do you want on Sunday?
I want Stafford. And I think Stafford's a better quarterback right now. Look, we're having a conversation about Matthew Stafford being a borderline Hall of Famer, and if he wins this ring, he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, right? I mean, we had the conversation, is he who's better career, him or Phillip Rivers? And we've had the conversation before about Phillip Rivers being a borderline Hall of Famer. Now, all of a sudden, you're comparing him to Eli. Right? I think everybody thinks Eli's a Hall of Famer, or most people do, because he's got 2 rings. And who's a better quarterback, Stafford or Eli?
Eli Manning is not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Who's a better quarterback, Stafford or Eli?
Stafford.
I think so, too. Do you?
Yes.
All right. You don't think Eli's a Hall of Famer?
He'll get into the Hall of Fame.
It makes him a Hall of Famer.
I do not believe he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Once they make a bus and put a jacket on him, he's in the Hall of Fame, right?
He's not in my Hall of Fame. I'll pull a Stugotz on him.
I think he's going to get in. But so if Stafford wins this game, he's in that category, right?
Yes.
Is Joe Burrow?
Because
if
do you believe that Matthew Stafford hasn't had the team? That's why a lot of people like him.
That's what this would essentially prove.
Correct.
Right? That's what this win for him would essentially prove that. Right?
Right.
If Joe Burrow wins this, is he going to be a Hall of Famer? He'll always have that ring. He'll always have something that Warren Moon never had, that Jim Kelly never had, that Fran Tarkenton never had, that Phillip Rivers never had, if he wins this. Is he a Hall of Famer? I mean, I'm not telling you now, but will he be? 505-246-0610. I like me some Joe Burrow. I hit a point yesterday where I'm like, okay, I get it, but easy.
Sunday's the swag day.
Yeah.
Sunday's the day that all this stuff being said about Joe Burrow, if he plays to that level, you cash in. He's been good. He has 100%. Not been great in the playoffs. He had like those massive games to end the regular season, throwing for over 500 yards. He's been good. He hasn't been as swag-tastic on the football field as the conversation has been.
And I don't think they win
about
this
his jacket,
game.
It's about his chain.
Yeah, and his shades.
He's been good on the football field. He hasn't been great in the playoffs.
I don't think they win this with him being okay. I just don't. But we'll see. 505-246-0610. Jerry Palm, 8:30 this morning. Van Allen Nunley from Radio Row at 9:30. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Hey, sports animal.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. Sports Animal.
All right, so here's a take on that, and I'm not going to disagree with this take. All I'm going to say is tap the brakes on putting a gold jacket on them. A yellow, what color are the Super Bowl jackets? Yellow, gold? Edwards said Jeff Burrow has already done something that Stafford could not. He elevated a poorly run, dysfunctional franchise to the Super Bowl. Read that again. The Rams are loaded. They were just in the Super Bowl a few years back. Burrow has elevated the Bengals to the Super Bowl. The freaking Bengals. It's not like he was traded the Patriots to the Chiefs to get there. No, look, again.
Yes.
Yes. And that's what I love about this story. I want you to look at the run, though. And look, I understand this is a bottom line business, okay? Bottom line. It doesn't matter how you get there, right? Tom Brady's got 7 rings. If Seattle gives the ball to Marshawn Lynch, he has 6, right? I mean, reality is that. But what are we going to remember? He's got 7. Joe Burrow's in the Super Bowl. He dodged 3 landmines on the way that he had nothing to do with, right? Derek Carr throws that interception into triple coverage at the end of the first game. Tannehill, as they're driving and they're already in field goal range, throws his 3rd interception. And then Patrick Mahomes fell off the wagon, like fell off the cliff. But yes, the bottom line is the bottom line.
We're also acting like the Bengals haven't changed things. Like there's Joe Burrow is at the forefront,
got a head coach,
but they hit on Zach Taylor.
Yep.
They've drafted better.
Yep.
So it's a situation where Joe Burrow did not elevate.
He kind of did.
Well, I mean, he did, but it's like Detroit was never in this situation. Like, all right, you had Calvin Johnson. Name someone else on that team.
No, that's right.
Like
Give me a running back that they've ever had. Give me one running back they've ever had.
You have Cincinnati, where the last 2 years they have acquired talent. Like, they've actually turned their franchise around overall, and then you were able to get a quarterback to take it to that next level.
Yeah. No, defensively, they've upgraded. They've got 3 good receivers. 3 good receivers, and Uzama's now become a good tight end.
And why all of a sudden is it some – like, I don't understand that this narrative. Like, well, of course, look at what the Rams are doing. Well, every team should be doing that. That's the whole point of sport.
Doing what?
Is to acquire talent. Yeah. Put yourself in position to win. Like, people are talking it down like, oh, they're the Yankees. Well, everyone else has first-round picks to trade. They don't do it.
Look, The Rams have done it a different way. This wasn't, and if you want to hate on the way LeBron does his thing, that's fine. But it's because I think it is a little dissimilar. This wasn't a bunch of free agents getting together and saying, let's all go to L.A. The Rams traded a first. That's right. They traded a first round. Number one was Goff the number 2 pick, number 1 pick.
He's the number 1 pick.
The number 1 overall pick in the draft. They traded a number 1 overall pick to get Stafford and a bunch of other number 1 picks. Okay. Odell Beckham was sitting on the free agent heap. Anybody could have had him, right? He was released. It's not like they went out and did something crazy to go get Odell Beckham Jr. He was released and was sitting on the free agent heap. They signed him. Seems like they've done something pretty good because it didn't work for him in New York and it did work for him in Cleveland. It seems like he's relatively content here. Oh, by the way, he's playing well. Von Miller was there to be had if somebody wanted to go out and call the Broncos.
Could be playing for the Bengals right now. He could be playing for...
Bengals could have done that.
Any team that wanted to trade for him. So I don't...
Oh, and by the way, they took their first pick, which was a second-round pick, I believe, on a short Caucasian receiver from Eastern Washington that everybody went, what the hell is that? And by the way, he might be the MVP. Probably won't be, but okay.
Like, that's the only thing I don't get. It's like, well, of course the Rams are here. Well, that's the point of sport. Like, that's what you should be doing. And everyone is just bitter that their team doesn't do that. And so they try to talk down the Rams like, well, they didn't do what the Bengals did to get here. Who cares? They're in the Super Bowl.
Kind of did. Where did Aaron Donald come from? Didn't they home grow him?
They drafted Aaron Donald, drafted Cooper Kupp. You had Robert Woods. He wasn't a draft pick, but
well, their offensive line is mostly homegrown.
Yeah.
Now Jalen Ramsey, they went and
drafted.
paid. Cam Akers was drafted. I just, this isn't one of those, the Brooklyn Nets or LeBron super teams that people like to. Hey, they have so much talent. They should win. Any more than Kansas City, by the way? Who's got more talent?
Like,
honestly.
The Rams are doing what every team wishes they could do. And it has fans bitter when it's not their team that is doing it.
That's right. Look, Edward, your Joe Burrow take, and I've made that take. I've said that. That's part of the beauty of this story is it's the freaking Bengals. It's the first time in 34 years that they've been really good. I mean, they were the Carson Palmer years, and then he got broken. That they were good. There was a run in here about 15 years ago, 10 years, whatever the number was, with Carson Palmer that they were good. They were. But this is really the first run in 34 years. They were the worst team in the league 2 years ago. Like, that's not lost on me. That isn't, and I gave him 100% credit. Can I just? My gut tells me, and you know what triggered this? There was an email I got, and I read it on the air a couple days ago. That this is how we were talking about Mahomes 2 years ago. Oh, and he's going to be back every year, and he's the greatest thing ever, and he's the face of the league. And Mahomes is really good. Has he won a ring again? Has he won another one? He can get back this year. Now, he's been to 4 AFC championships in a row. I think that's really, really good. I don't think he's done. But it just made me think, holy bleep. The run to get there is so good. Look, we could have this conversation about Josh Allen. What if Mahomes didn't have that ridiculous comeback in 13 seconds, right? And instead the Bengals had to go to Buffalo and play in I don't know, 17 below or whatever.
That's fine for them.
But we could be having this conversation right now about Josh Allen. The same conversation we're having about Joe Burrow. Easy. And you know what? Josh Allen did everything he could to get there. And you can make an argument. Josh Allen was actually better.
Oh, Josh Allen in the playoffs is better than Joe Burrow.
Okay, but he doesn't wear those cool shades, and he doesn't have the jacket and the chains. And by the way, he's not in the Super Bowl. So look, this if nothing shows you this isn't about one dude, although it kind of is, that shows it to you. He changed that whole franchise's outlook. But I'm just telling you, man, I watch quarterbacks, really good quarterbacks, the last time they touched the ball, drove down the field for either game-tying or go-ahead touchdowns, and sat on the sideline and watched their season end. Tom Brady, Josh Allen, both of those dudes. Helpless, right? Helpless. That's all I'm saying. Look, I'm taking nothing away from Joe Burrow. All I'm saying is just tap the brakes on he's the greatest thing ever and putting a bust on him. I love his swag. I love his game. I mean, everything. I like everything about him. He ain't Tom Brady yet. That's all. 505-246-0610. Jerry Palm from CBS Sports when we get back. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service. Call International Protective Service today.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
Sports Animal.
All right, closer and closer we get. February 10, so we're about a month from now? Is that when we're going out to conference tournaments in Vegas? You'll be already there, huh?
Yep.
You'll already be there. Ladies win last night, 72-57 over Air Force. The Lobo men back in the pit on Friday. That'd be tomorrow. They play Northern New Mexico, a game they had to throw together because they had a 13-day hole in their schedule. New Mexico State on the road tonight in St. George, Utah. They'll play Dixie State, Utah Valley State on Saturday. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. We welcome back to the program the best in the business, the bracketologist, and so much more at CBSSports.com. Jerry Palm. What like on your business card? What's your job title? Are you a reporter? Are you like
senior writer?
Senior writer. I will utilize that now. All right, senior writer. How are
I
you?
get called worse than that. Pretty much every minute of every day.
No, I mean, if you just watch your Twitter feed, you are senior bleeper. But
yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know a damn thing. You know, I mean, isn't it amazing?
Wake Forest. I didn't even know Wake Forest had that many fans, but they're all mad at me.
What are they mad? What are they mad for?
Because I don't have them in the bracket.
Well, you got them in the first four out.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
Winston-Salem's a beautiful place, by the way. I will be at Winston-Salem. Anyway, that's where the National Sports Media Association is, so we'll go there.
No.
Hey,
yeah, that's a nice part of North Carolina.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful campus. All right, weird week. So Auburn got beat. I watched Houston go down yesterday. Who else were JJ? Ohio State got beat. So I mean, this is conference play, man. And I think
Texas Tech got beat at Oklahoma.
Well, Arizona State beats
UCLA.
UCLA. This is conference play.
Yeah, it is. Conference play is tough, and especially on the road. So, in fact, Rutgers has now beaten, just off the top of my head, Purdue, Ohio State, and Iowa at home. So, they've been killers at home. It is tough. I mean, Oklahoma beating Texas Tech yesterday really, really needed that win because that gets them back to 14-10 and 4 games above 500, which is the traditional unwritten minimum standard for an at-large bid in a really rough Big 12. And it broke a long losing streak. It was something like 7-game losing streak for Oklahoma. Huge for them. Arkansas beating Auburn was huge. Arizona State beating UCLA is not huge for them because they're not going anywhere, but it
UCLA
certainly hurts UCLA a little bit. Yeah, especially because the Pac-12, we've talked about this. It's Arizona and UCLA at the top. USC is a big level below, much bigger than the ranking. The polls would indicate. I don't have any idea why that team is ranked. And then you've got like Stanford and Oregon, and that's So if you're losing to somebody else, you're really just hurting yourself.
Can I just tell you, I like Oregon when it hits March. I love what Dana Altman does. His teams get better. They just tend to be good in March.
Yeah, they do. You're right. So we'll see if they can get to March, though. Yeah. I mean, that's not a given, but they've got there's 4.5 weeks to go till Selection Sunday, so a lot can happen, obviously, between now and then. And most teams have got about 7 regular season games left. There's, it's really weird because there's some postponed games that may or may not get made up. Like Providence, who leads the Big East, has got 3 postponed games. I don't think they're getting made up.
Look, Jerry, I think
Mountain
it's
West has done rescheduling games.
San Diego State plays 11 games in 30 days, and we're sitting here. New Mexico was begging for a game. They had a 13-day gap. They're playing Northern New Mexico on Friday just to play a game. So it's so wonky the way that this revised makeup schedule, because I think everybody thought, well, let's reschedule games earlier because we're going to have to keep this up, and then it's kind of slowed down.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Purdue is playing tonight. Michigan on the road. They just played Michigan at home 5 days ago. They played Illinois 2 days ago, and then they're going to play again on Sunday. I think it's Sunday against Maryland. So that'll be 4 games in 8 days, and one of them was a makeup. The game at Michigan, tonight's game, is a makeup from when Michigan had a COVID problem about a month ago. So. Yeah, they've really you have definitely some compressed schedules out there, and I wonder if that's something the committee is going to consider, not for selection so much, because circumstance, your resume has to be good enough to get in, but when it comes to things like seeding, when teams have had really compressed schedules, if there seems to be an impact.
Jerry Palm, senior writer, CBS Sports, joining us on the opening drive. Jerry, you've taught us well. We know that it's about what else happens. You can't just focus on a single team and say, what if X? But what I want to ask you is, when you look at the bubble and say the first 4 out, who do you really like of those teams right now?
Better say Wake Forest.
Well, I don't know that I don't like Wake Forest. I mean, the problem for Wake Forest is they played a horrible non-conference schedule. Only, I think, Indiana and USC, and they're both right around, or all 3 of them are right around 330 in non-conference schedule ranking. And that's if you had, and Wake Forest doesn't have a win over anybody who's a threat to make the bracket yet. So when you have that combination, you're not going to make the field. I mean, teams like that get left out routinely. So, and they also, 2 of their losses are Syracuse and Louisville. So it's not like they've just got good losses and a bad schedule. So it's, they've got your poster child for teams getting left out resume, but there's still games left, so it's not over yet. But they'll be yelling at me again all weekend because I'm probably not having them in the bracket tomorrow either. But I think I had Oklahoma first 4 out. I mean, that's a team I like, but they're just not. They just got to have a good enough record, and that league is so tough that. You figure that somebody is going to suffer for it, and Oklahoma seems to be the team suffering for it, but that was a huge win for them last night.
How close is San Diego State to being in the first 4 out category?
Yeah, they're in that neighborhood. They haven't got a lot of margin for error, and the Mountain West, the top of the Mountain West is really competitive. Colorado State, Wyoming, Boise, San Diego State.
Utah State's going to beat people.
Teams are feeling pretty good, and maybe Fresno State, if they get hot, could get in. Utah State's got a nice net, but nothing behind it, so I don't really have much confidence in them. But I just think that the top of that league is really competitive, but those teams need to be careful not to lose outside that group. And if they can do that, and nobody suffers too badly, they might still all 4 make it.
Yeah, see, San Diego State, I think when they lost like they did at Utah State, and then They've got chances. They play at Boise State still and at Wyoming. How about what Wyoming's doing? You've got to be surprised. I know you got them at a 7 right now. They're winning a lot of close games, but they're winning.
Yep. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is it's all about winning. The NCAA tournament doesn't give you bonus points for winning big.
That's right. That's right.
And you don't get any bonus points for losing close, right? It's to survive and advance, and Wyoming is surviving and advancing through the regular season, and it's. Credit to that to those players in that coaching staff, because they've done a great job with this team and staying at the top of this league pretty much since the beginning of conference play. It's really a terrific job. They look like, at least for now, the best team in terms of the bracket in this league. It's funny. We talked about San Diego State. If San Diego State drops out of the bracket, then USC also won't have a win over anybody currently in the bracket.
It's interesting. Yeah, that's insane.
And swept by Stanford and lost to Oregon.
Yeah. I got an email. One of our emailers, AC, said, "Jeff, can you ask Jerry what's the best seed New Mexico State can get?" I'm sure he says Mud would like to hear about the best team in our state.
Yeah, they're having a really good year. Probably a 12.
Okay.
It's hard with the WAC to do much better than that, but New Mexico State's got a shot at a 12, and I think that's the ceiling, and it could be more likely at 13. But that's a seed where you can be dangerous.
But they're going to slip somewhere. Like,
you're going to get a winnable game.
They're going to get beat again, Jerry. Like they still have to go to Utah Valley. They still have to go to Seattle. They still have to go to Grand Canyon. They've got the win over Davidson. The Sam Houston loss is a bad loss. So what are their losses, JJ? They lost to Utah State, Sam Houston, and somebody else. Oh, New Mexico beat them. So they got two bad losses.
Yeah, and they, every bad loss they take is a seed line. And obviously they have to win the conference tournament.
Yeah. All right, a few more minutes. CBS Sports senior writer Jerry Palm is with us.
Well, Jerry, we're seeing still decisions from conferences based on movement. What do you make of the Horizon League saying all of a sudden that the University of Illinois at Chicago can't play in the postseason tournament?
I don't think it's sudden. That was probably always a rule. That probably most likely UIC voted for when they installed it. The Colonial has a similar rule. Some other conferences, I think the America East has a similar rule where it's meant to discourage teams from leaving. And, I feel bad for the athletes. I think it's a dumb rule. I think there's a way that there are other ways, that they could be punitive to the school without being punitive to the athletes that have nothing to do with it. But, that's your contract, that's your rule. You can't be surprised that that's what ends up happening to them, and it's just unfortunate for the athletes because they're, collateral damage, if you will.
No doubt.
In this, they had nothing to do with it, and you feel especially for the seniors because this is their last chance.
You have nowhere to go. All right, enjoy the weekend. Read him every day over on CBSSports.com. Follow him on the Twitter. It's at JPPalmCBS. He is their senior writer, bracketologist, and good friend of ours, Jerry Palm. Appreciate the time as always, Jerry. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, thanks. You too.
Be well. Jerry Palm. He's so good.
So good.
And the thing about Jerry is he's
so awesome.
Honest, and he'll tell you, like Grady Grady doesn't like it because he doesn't, Grady feels like he disparages the Mountain West or the Western United States. I think he's pretty fair. Like, he's got 4 teams in the bracket right now from the Mountain West. He's got 5 Pac-12 teams, which I think may be much. He's got 4 West Coast Conference teams. And you ask about New Mexico State, and he's right. Every bad loss, and Sam Houston was a bad loss, he says is a seed line right now because they're sitting in that room going New Mexico State. I mean, they got one good win against Davidson, right? They got 2 bad losses. New Mexico's a bad loss. Sam Houston's a bad loss. And Utah State's their other loss. So what have they played? 2 teams one team in the field? They've only played 1 team in the field. Davidson. I mean, you can schedule all you want. You played Washington State, you beat them. Played Loyola Marymount, you beat them. You're reliant on what everybody else does. So I just think Jerry gives you such good information. All right, 9 o'clock this morning, Miles Kendrick, Lobo football quarterback, is going to be with us. 9:30, we're going to L.A. Van Allen Nunley, one of your boys, will join us from Radio Row. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Are you a safe driver? Are you looking to save money? With DriveWise.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at FiestaSubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at FiestaSubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP Prize Pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that easy. If you already have the app, don't worry. You're registered for a chance to win too. Thank you to our participating sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sonic, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app right now for your chance to win.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP Prize Pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that.
I mostly agree with your takes on Joe Burrow. However, I think you're being a bit of a fanboy. Burrow is that good, but since it's against your team, you're being critical, and you're getting a bit upset and defending your team.
I don't think you're upset.
So, none of that conversation, I think, was about the Rams, was it?
No, but you're downplaying how good Joe Burrow is because.
But I'm not. So did I downplay how good Joe Burrow is?
Yes.
Oh, are you being
kidding
sarcastic?
me, Jeff? You just sat there and said he's not a Hall of Famer. He's lucky to be
I was like,
here.
JJ, is this sarcasm?
Again, the preface on this is I love the Joe Burrow story. I love his game. I like his swag. Like everything about Joe Burrow I like. In fact, A. Marie, this is how you judge if you like a guy or not. I took him on 3 of my fantasy football teams. Is that not
3?
3 of my 5, and I couldn't get him on the
What
other team.
draft pick were you?
Right.
Just kidding.
But I mean, so does that tell you I kind of bought into the Joe Burrow?
3 of them,
right? 3 of my 5. That's
huge.
That's how you judge if a guy likes a player or not these days, right?
Yes.
I had him and Antonio Gibson on like everything.
And how'd it go?
Not that one.
Just kidding.
That's a whole other story.
None of us know.
All I'm saying is we did the same thing with Mahomes 2 or 3 years ago. We had the same conversation. I think he's good. I think he's really good. I pointed out, was there a bit of luck involved? Look, there's always a bit of luck involved. Tommy had a bit of luck involved.
You have to be good and in position to, I call it, creating your own luck.
I 100% agree. I think Joe Burrow is really, really, really good. I love the story. I'm not ready to anoint him the face of the league.
Even with
best.
the win.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still like, there's still so many other dudes. Like, I'm still on Patrick Mahomes, even though I just saw him lose
That's
to
right.
Joe Burrow.
He's
but I'm
just
like,
a regular sneakerhead.
Yeah, but like if you want a face of the NFL, I still think it would be Mahomes. But guess what? You could put both of them on the Madden cover if you wanted to. I don't know if you can do that since they're both in the AFC. But
can't you do anything you want?
Sunday's the day. Like, Joe Burrow's been good. He hasn't been the greatest thing since sliced bread in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, his team is in the Super Bowl, but I don't look at it and go, oh my gosh, Joe Burrow just put together the most unbelievable postseason performances.
Yeah,
No.
I'm just pointing out how he got here, right? And he was good. I don't think great, but I think he was good in the playoffs. But again, go through it. Like, the Raiders were knocking on the door. Derek Carr threw an interception. Tennessee was moving. It was 19-16. He got sacked 9 times. Tannehill throws the interception.
Knock, knock, knock.
He's down 21-3 to Patrick Mahomes. That game was over, and then they don't punch it in at the end of the first half. And I'm not sure what the hell
It's
happened.
the magic of Joe Burrow. You're not giving
Oh, it's
Joe
the-
Burrow enough
the
credit
picks he does.
for the pressure he put on Ryan Tannehill.
And by the way, I'm not upset.
And
I
for
really, really like him.
Patrick Mahomes, even being in the lead, looking over at the sideline going, uh-oh, that's Joe Cool. How am I going to finish this game?
Fair enough. Miles Kendrick next. He's the Lobo quarterback that transferred in from Kansas. He's in camp. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
I'm Steve Weisman with Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP prize pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that easy. If you already have the app, don't worry. You're registered for a chance to win too. Thank you to our participating sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sonic, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app right now for your chance to win.
I prefer to do stuff online. I can find things much quicker, do the research I need, and have it shipped or waiting for me to pick up. The Shop by Payments option was perfect for me. I got online, clicked on Shop by Payments, put in my down payment and monthly budget, and the guessing was done. From the laptop, I was able to nail down the bike I wanted, add a few customizations, and get an estimate on my trade-in.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos!
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. They're at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all. For your business or your home, Valley Fence stands alone. We're number 1 in New Mexico for a reason. It's the best fence you can own. Proudly serving New Mexico for over 50 years. At Valley Fence, the difference is clear. No fence too big, too small, or difficult. We handle them all at Valley Fence Company.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality of flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
A burglary takes place in the United States approximately every 15 seconds. International Protective Service is your answer for commercial and residential security in all of Albuquerque. IPS will work with your monitoring company for fast, reliable response times. You can rest easy knowing you, your family, or your company is watched over by International Protective Service.
3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta, and J.J. Buck.
Well, as the NFL wraps up on Sunday with the Super Bowl, we're just getting started around here with spring football. Lobo football is underway. They get 15 practices that started this week. And there's a bunch of new looks, as there always are. Good morning to you. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. And a lot of attention is on quarterback. It always is on quarterback. I mean, period, no matter where you look, what your team is, what your level is, it will always be a quarterback. But certainly with what happened at UNM last year, with the injuries, with, you know, the situation. And so one of the biggest offseason signings was the announcement that Miles Kendrick, the quarterback who's transferring in from Kansas, is here. And so Miles is in camp, and he joins us this morning on the opening drive. Good morning, Miles. How you living?
Good morning. I'm living great. Just enjoying some workouts and just being around my teammates and being around the facility.
Good. How's the transition been? It's a California kid that goes to Kansas. I'm going to guess that's a transition. And then there's a few more mountains here than there are in Kansas, huh? And a little different atmosphere. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's definitely been an adjustment, but like I said, I mean, I've enjoyed the transition. I've enjoyed the new scenery and just the new faces and the new opportunities and new challenges that I've been faced with the couple weeks that I've been down here in New Mexico, and I hope it continues to be as good as it's been.
Let's get the two obvious questions out of the way off the top. A, why New Mexico? And B, how are you feeling physically coming off the broken leg?
Wait, can you repeat that question one more time?
Yeah, how are you feeling physically coming off the broken leg?
I'm feeling good. Like I said, I've just been rehabbing hard and with the trainers, and they've been taking great care of me. And I've been in there twice a day in the morning and after all my stuff is done during the day. And I've come a long way since I've gotten here, and I feel good physically, feel good mentally, and I'm getting stronger by the day. So I'm excited.
Now, Miles, outside of the opportunity to play, what attracted you to this university and this coaching staff?
Just the environment. I think talking to Coach Warheim and when I first visited, and talking to Coach Gonzalez when I first visited, and just hearing what they had to say about the program and where it was at, and just talking about really the guys that are on the team. You know, they really talked about the special individuals that are on the roster and the guys that have been here, the guys that have been sacrificing their time, sacrificing their energy, sacrificing their body for the University of New Mexico. And that's what's attracted me, is just hearing how much these guys are putting forth, the effort they're putting forth, the commitment they're making to this program, to this university, and I want to be a part of that. You know, I want to be a part of the change, and I want to be a part of developing this football program for years to come.
Lobo quarterback Miles Kendrick joining us in the opening drive. All right, Miles, Lobo fan that hasn't seen you play, what style of player are you? How do you describe yourself on the football field?
I would describe myself as a competitor. I mean, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, and that means, running the football, getting those physical yards if that's what's needed, if it's, a third and short situation, or, making those big plays down the field, throwing the ball, getting the ball out of space to my teammates and letting them make plays. So that's really how I describe my playing style, is just a competitor and just doing whatever it takes to win each and every week. And that's what I'm going to bring to the table every Saturday.
Hey, Miles, you're having the conversation about coming here, and you're talking to Derek Warheim and Danny Gonzalez, and the style of play is going to be what? Because we saw a lot of different offenses, basically because of necessity. So what kind of offense do you want to run and think you're going to run? And then you look at the offensive line and say, wow, they had some problems last year. I'm sure they had to convince you that that's going to improve as well.
Yeah, I mean, as far as offense goes, I'm willing to run whatever we, Coach Warheim wants to run, and that's what I want to run. And I'm going to try to execute whatever he's trying to implement to the best of my ability. whether that's running the ball or that's throwing it down the field, whatever it takes to put points on the board. That's what I'm here to do, and I'm here to dive into offense and learn the ins and outs and really just become really familiar with it, so that when it comes to game time, there's no second guessing, there's no hesitating. It's just out there letting it fly, letting it rip.
And then there's
as far as the O-line, that's not really my concern. The O-line, so far, they've been doing a great job. They've been one of the hardest working position groups since I've gotten here. I've watched them closely, and I can see the daily improvements. I can see the effort, their intentions that they're putting forth, their workouts, and they're putting forth in walkthroughs, they're putting forth in spring practice. So I have no worry about the O-line. There's needs for improvement in every position group, right? That's just the mindset that we have right now. But the O-line right now is looking good, and they're working hard, and they're communicating with the quarterbacks and Coach Warheim and everybody in the offense on what we need from them, and I've been impressed with them since day one.
And then there's the opportunity to play. You got 1 year left in coming into a situation where, how is it presented to you as far as the competition? And I'm going to guess nothing was promised to you, but how was it presented to you as far as the opportunity to come in and win this job?
Well, it was presented to me like, there's opportunity there for the taking, but also too, there's guys in the quarterback room that have been here, that have been sacrificing their time, have been committed to University of New Mexico, and there's guys with ability in the quarterback room. So for me, it was presented to me as competition, right? And that's what you want. You want the competition to bring the best out of everybody in the room. You want to elevate everybody, and you want the best guy to be on that field on Saturday. So it was presented to me as an opportunity to come in and compete, and that's all I wanted to hear. It was an opportunity to come in and compete, and an opportunity to be the guy come August during the season. And like I said, it's a competition. We have very talented guys. We have Isaiah, Connor, we have CJ, all guys that have played, have had experience, and guys that have showed some ability on game day. So, it's a competition. That's what college football is, especially at the Division I level. So, that's how it was presented to me.
Miles, you go back to 2017. You're coming out of Valley Christian High School. You go to junior college. You go to Kansas for a few years. How has the collegiate journey been for you so far, and what do you think you've learned the most, whether it's on or off the field, that you bring with you to this moment now?
Yeah, it's been a journey for sure, but I wouldn't trade any destination that I've had, for the world. Going to CSM Junior College, it taught me how to be a leader, how to be a competitor, how to come into a new team and earn respect and gain, respect from teammates and create, just create a work ethic that people can look to for leadership, and a charisma that people can look to for leadership. And, heading to KU it wasn't that much of a transition. College of San Mateo got me really prepared, and they run that junior college like a 4-year, like a Division I program, and it was a seamless transition. I knew what I needed to do once I showed up on campus at KU. I needed to study. I needed to work hard. I needed to live in the facility. I needed to do all the little things right on and off the field in order to get an opportunity. And the same thing applies here. It's the same thing. I'm a new face. I got to earn respect. I got to, build chemistry, build relationships with my teammates, and hopefully that turns into, I can turn into someone that they can look to as a leader and someone that they want to fight for on Saturday. And I'd say the thing that I've learned the most is, it's being a quarterback and being a leader. It's a daily thing, right? It's not just, a sometimes thing, right? You got to show up every day and go about your business, as the leader, as the starting quarterback, as one of the guys that, wants to be a leader on the team. So like I said, it's a daily thing. You got to prepare, got to work hard, and you got to, push and basically just encourage your teammates to be the best they can be on a daily basis. And that's what I learned the most. That's when the team grows the most, and that's when everything operates at an efficient level.
Lobo quarterback Miles Kendrick with us for a few more minutes. Hey, Miles, how does the recruiting process go this time around? So you recruited out of high school. You recruited out of junior college. You're a different guy, I would assume now. You got a degree. You graduated. You were honor roll, athletic director's honor roll, Big 12 commissioner's honor roll. You're obviously a bright guy. You're a grown man now. So when you go into this recruiting process, how did that go for you? And did it feel different this time around?
It was was a little different. I mean, I wasn't really highly recruited out of high school, and I only got one opportunity. I jumped on the first opportunity that was presented to me out of junior college because, like I said, I mean, for me, you know, recruitment isn't really my thing. You know, I don't really, it's not really, you know, it doesn't really do anything for me. You know, all I want is, you know, one opportunity, one team, one university to believe in me. And that's all I need. I just need one opportunity, one chance, and that's what I was looking for. You know, I talked to a few schools while I was in the transfer portal, and it was different. It was a different experience because, like I said, I wasn't highly recruited out of high school or, you know, junior college. I got, you know, a great opportunity presented to me, and I jumped on it right away. And to me, you know, I just wanted transparency. You know, I was coming off a injury, and you know, I knew that, you know, there might not be as many opportunities as I thought, but you know, I knew that, you know, whatever team did, you know, take a chance on me, that they would really want me, and they really believed in me and wanted me to come and be a part of the team, be a part of the program in the university. So for me, like I said, I was just looking for one opportunity, and you know, a genuine coach, a genuine staff, and just a family kind of to embrace me and you know, give me an opportunity to come in and join the family.
Before you got to know the coaches, what was your impression of University of New Mexico football, and how did that change at all during the process?
I was always very familiar with University of New Mexico football. Growing up on the West Coast, you know, I was very familiar with the Mountain West Conference. You know, San Jose State was 15 minutes away from me, right. So I kept a close eye on all those schools, and I kind of got the idea that coming out of high school and junior college that I wasn't going to attend a school in California. I knew it was going to be, you know, somewhere around California maybe, or, you know, in the Midwest, which it ended up being. But my first impression of University of Mexico is just, you know, it's a great program. They've had some good years. They've had some great players come in and make an impact. And, I mean, they have a tradition, right? And they have a long tradition of great players that have played here and moved on to the next level. And, you know, for me to be a part of that was exciting. And, you know, like I said, I mean, as soon as I, you know, got word and talked to Coach Warheim and got to know him better, I mean, I told him, you know, from the beginning when I first talked to him, I said, you know, this is the opportunity that I want. You know, I've always been familiar with University of New Mexico football. You know, it's always been a place that has intrigued me. You know, New Mexico has always been a place that, you know, I've never really heard about or I've never been here. So it was an exciting opportunity. You know, it's a fresh start, new journey. And like I said, from the beginning, I told Coach Mohan, I said, you know, this is the opportunity that I want if it comes. And if it comes, I'll be ready to take it and take advantage.
Enjoyed the conversation, Miles. Look forward to getting to know you a little bit and coming out and meeting you in person. But appreciate the time. Best to you on this leg of your journey, and get to work, because it sounds like you got some work to do in the weight room today.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you guys. It was great talking, guys.
All right, be well. Miles Kendrick. He is the Lobo quarterback transfer from Kansas. Enjoyed that as well.
Yes.
Enjoyed that. Look, that's a well thought out. Well.
I like it.
Yeah, and I think the difference between being recruited out of high school and even out of JUCO, and now here's a young man with a degree, honor roll, Big 12 commissioners honor roll, and Kansas honor roll, and everything. Obviously, a pretty bright young man who thought this process through, and he's coming off an injury, and I get it, and some of you are skeptical, and I understand that. But I think this is a great opportunity for New Mexico again.
That's a guy that you're not going to pull anything over at that point in time. When we've been through it, you've been at a Division I school, you know what you're looking for. He wants a chance to play football, and he has it at the University of Mexico.
Yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. We'll get to your calls when we get back. Ben Nunley's going to join us from Radio Row in Los Angeles at 9:30 on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
Dream Style Roofing tops them all. When your roof's worn out and needs to be replaced, we're gonna do it right, put a smile on your face. There at home, things are looking up when you get your roof done by someone you can trust. Dream Style, a company name that's been around forever. No one does it better. You need a new roof, you know who to call. Dream Style Roofing tops them all.
Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP Prize Pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that easy. If you already have the app, don't worry. You're registered for a chance to win too. Thank you to our participating sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sonic, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app right now for your chance to win.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green. And keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games.
Fans, well, he's broken leg. He's coming off a broken leg in November. By next July and August and September, he feels, and Lobo football feels, he'll be ready to go. Transfer quarterback from the Big Ten, and let's see what you got, man. Let him go out and compete. Feel how you want to feel, but I'll tell you what. When Terry Wilson came in last year, I got a great feel about him, too. Right? Cerebral, mature. I get the same feel out of this young man, don't you?
They got to protect him.
Yeah, they got to protect him.
Got to figure out the offensive line.
Just got to protect him. 505-246-0610. Good morning, Adolph. How are you?
Pretty good. I had the distinct pleasure of meeting the very lovely and talented A. Marie last night at Rebel. And A. Marie, you are a rising star. And so, a few observations here regarding Joe Burrow. Yeah, it was a great comeback performance against the Chiefs. However, after a post-game analysis, I've made several observations. The first one of which is Andy Reid has a reputation, unfortunately, of not making adjustments on the fly, so to speak. And in the second half of that Bengals-Chiefs game, the Bengals started to drop 8 men back into coverage, thereby closing down Patrick Mahomes' intermediate passing game. But instead of either the Kansas City coaching staff or Patrick Mahomes making the proper adjustment by going to a ground attack, in other words, the running game, the Chiefs continued to throw the ball, resulting in 3 and outs, or unfortunately for them, interceptions. Second observation. This game is still decided by what happens in the trenches. For the Rams, that means getting pressure up front on Burrow. For the Bengals, the O-line can't afford to give up sacks at all. Let's remember that in a previous playoff game, I think it was against the Titans, Joe Burrow was sacked 9 times, and actually he was sacked 11 times. 2 of them didn't count for whatever reason. So before we all jump on the Joe Burrow
bandwagon train, love boat.
Yeah, it's kind of like everybody's predicting that he's going to win multiple Super Bowls, going to play in a bunch of them.
And he may.
And every time I hear that, I always remember, let's not forget the same accolades were heaped upon a Hall of Famer quarterback, Dan Marino.
That's right.
That's right. And so I try not to get over my skis too far. Anyway, fellows, ladies and gentlemen, that's my take on it.
Thank you.
And so I have spoken enough. I'm out.
Good day. All right, so I agree with him. I think everybody likes Joe Burrow. I'm going to read you the text that came in and take a poke at me, which is fine. It says, yes, Jeff downplays Joe Burrow, as he downplayed Jimmy G. He only changes criticism of Mr. G from horrible, who San Francisco wins despite, to not good enough to win, stating he's not as good as Mr. Stafford, who nearly threw the game away against San Francisco. I'm not changing on Jim Garoppolo. I think he's an okay quarterback. I never said he's
49ers
horrible.
front office kind of decided that for everyone.
I didn't say he's horrible. I think he's an okay quarterback. I didn't think he was going to go whatever. I'm not beating up Joe Burrow. I like Joe Burrow. I'm just pointing out the path to get here, and I'm tapping the brakes. I'm making him the face of the league. And but if Adolph said it because, well, he's considered to be a Rams fan, it's okay and it's not hate. He basically said what I said, right?
Joe Burrow is changing the NFL. You've never seen anyone like Joe Burrow.
Nothing ever like him. And I get Super Bowl week, and I get the hype, and I appreciate it, and I'm all down with it, and I like
This is the
Joe
moment.
Burrow.
It's right here. To cash in.
Yeah.
Football is a hard game to play. To get to the Super Bowl is really impressive. No doubt about it. Joe Burrow's been good. He has changed the Bengals.
Yeah.
But he ain't that dude yet that everyone is talking about him until he does it on Sunday.
And he might be. He might be.
And then he could go out there and put the exclamation point on it and be the next best thing with that swagger in that play.
What he should do
He's
is
been good. He has to be great on Sunday. A good Joe Burrow is not going to beat the Los Angeles Rams.
I think he should wear a fur coat and go Joe Namath on this thing. If he wins, he should just embrace.
He's that dude. He's got that swag.
Does that say Frannel? Is that what that is? Is that what it's supposed to? Okay. All right. Frank, good morning. Hello, Frank.
Morning, guys. Haven't spoken in years.
Good to hear you.
But I'm a Big 12 guy, so I've got to put in my 2 cents, okay?
Please.
Well, I want to bet my house. Let me speak like Edward. Indeed, I want to bet one of my 30 houses.
One of the nice ones, or one of the the high end ones, or which one?
Against JJ, with Patrick Mahomes will have more Super Bowls than those other 2 guys together, Allen
and Burrow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Big 12 guy. We owned him. We didn't own Joe Burrow. I think he beat us by 80 points. I just don't. I think everyone's on to Sideshow Bob. He does what he does. He's like a Johnny Manziel on steroids. And once everyone's got him figured out, it's fun to watch.
He's better than Manziel, Frank.
He's Sideshow Bob, dude. He's not what you think he is.
Frank, he's better than Manziel. Come on now. He's better than Manziel.
Well, he's better. Oh, yeah, on steroids or acid or whatever. But he's not what you think he is. That's my opinion. You
That's
know what I mean?
fair. No, it's fair. It's fair.
I
When you got
want
30
to
houses to
go
put
on.
up, just put one up.
And I'm
Still
not
have a place
saying
to
Joe
sleep.
Burrow's John Elway either, but he's pretty freaking good, man.
He's good. No,
And
look,
I think people are caught on to Sideshow Bob.
All
Anyway,
right. Thanks, man.
it's good to be back.
Appreciate you, Frank. Don't be a
I
stranger.
miss you, Edward.
Look, I don't know how to say this more. I like Joe Burrow. I like his game. I like everything about him. I'm just not ready to anoint him yet. Is that hate?
It's not hate. I think there's a little pushback with anyone that we talk about this much. You want to say, hold up.
That's all.
I think it's smart, and you're aware, and you're not getting all. You're hoping. You think he's gonna do great, and you're hoping for it.
I'm just watching the flow of every talking head.
You're so funny.
What happened to Patrick Mahomes? He had a bad half of football,
and now he's like.
And then he's figured out.
That's right.
He's been to how many AFC Championship games in a row? He's won a Super Bowl. He's been in 2 games.
Yeah, he's Johnny Manziel on steroids.
Week to week.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I will disagree with Frank on, because I threw that out there, and the Burrow Allen versus Patrick Mahomes going forward about Super Bowl appearances is, don't come in here with, we beat them, whoever his Big 12 team is. You put Patrick Mahomes on that LSU team, he's doing the same thing Joe Burrow did. You put Joe Burrow on that Texas Tech team, he's not going undefeated.
Yeah, promise. All right, let me get one more before this break, because Van's coming up next. Hello, Rudy.
Hey, wow. Well, I'm going to be up in Purgatory tomorrow, so I'm going to get my pick in today.
Go.
My
Where are you?
There now, I guess.
He might be on his way to Purgatory.
Joe Willie Namath. But how many Super Bowls did Joe Willie play in after he beat the Colts?
None.
0, zip, nada. So it's nice. It's a good story. But I think experience trumps everything. And Stafford's been there. He's paid his dues.
And been here.
And the big thing here is you cannot underestimate the Rams' defense. Aaron Donald is a generational defensive player. I don't think I've ever seen anybody better on the defensive line. He commands a double team every time. You try to chip in, you try to do something sneaky, he'll blow right by you. I mean, I'll never forget when we played Pitt and he was at nose tackle and he just destroyed UNM's offensive line single-handedly. Yeah. That's how good Aaron Donald is. Yeah. And he's got some guys around him.
So you're on the Rams, huh?
Von Miller.
So
I'm all over the Rams, and I think I don't even know the spread. I don't care.
It's 3.5.
I'm going for the Rams.
All right.
By the way, it was a good workmanlike, or I guess you can't say workmanlike. It was good work last night by the Lady Lobos. They needed to do what they needed to do, and that's go out there and play a really pesky team. And I think teams have decided to guard UNM really aggressively at the guards. So it's going to be up to Jaden and Latour and even Latasia and Paula Reyes, for that matter, to attack from the outside and get some easy baskets. And I think they're going to be fine going forward. Finally, guys, we live in a great place, and I'm glad Miles Kendrick is here. I think he's going to add something to that room. And whether he beats those guys out or he doesn't, it is competition, and that makes everybody better.
Beautiful. No, it's good. Hey, enjoy Purgatory. Enjoy Super Weekend. Thanks, Rudy. Be safe. Later.
You guys take care.
All right, Van Nunley's going to be with us when we come back from Radio Row. He is one of your boys. That's 2 Men On are out there. That's coming up next. Kirtland Federal Credit Union. New Mexico strong since 1958. They are your home loan leader. Built in the heart of Albuquerque, it's their goal to keep New Mexicans safe, strong, and help them achieve their dream of home ownership. With the right loans, local expertise, and a relationship built on trust. The Kirtland Federal Credit Union mortgage team is 100% local. Your loan stays local. You'll never send a payment out of state. Have a question? When you reach out to talk to someone about your new home, you'll talk to someone right here in Albuquerque. Meet the Kirtland Federal Credit Union mortgage team and get started today at kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. kirtlandfcu.org/home loan center. Kirtland Federal Credit Union is an equal opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. See your representative for complete details.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP Prize Pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that easy. If you already have the app, don't worry. You're registered for a chance to win too. Thank you to our participating sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sonic, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app right now for your chance to win.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at Golden.
Heard, I think you might have. It's a big game in Los Angeles. It's so big, it's super. That's big. Right?
Very busy out there.
It's big. It's Los Angeles. It's the Super Bowl, and it's so big your boys are there. Or your boys are there because it's so big. One or the other. It's the afternoon show that you know as Two Men On. Fred Slow, Van Allen Nunley, V-A-N. Van joins us live from Radio Row this morning, where the boys have another big show set up for today. Hello, Van Allen Nunley. How you living?
Oh, we're doing good, my man.
God,
and
that sounds so much better.
You keep mispronouncing the name of the city. It's Los Vangelis.
No, I don't. I kind of grew up there. I'm pretty sure all those years I remember it being Los Angeles. But for you, congratulations on renaming the city.
Get the key to the city yet?
Yeah. Do you have the key?
They gave me it's a new day out here. They gave me a swipe card. No physical keys anymore.
That's how they present the keys. Did you get a van or a rental car? A rental van or a rental car?
Hey, we are rolling around in style. We have a Chrysler Town and Country.
Is that a van?
Electronic minivan.
You did get a minivan
We sure did.
But so you're the full size van, and you got the minivan to carry all your stuff, and you're on. You got a 4-person entourage, right? 4 you rolling around.
Well, we need a big van. I'm the medium van.
So who's the big one?
Van Tate from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
That would be good.
That's
if you brought then you'd actually have a former athlete with you, not just one who's mistaken for a former athlete.
Man, we got athletes everywhere.
Yeah. How's it been? You having fun?
We are having a blast. We came in hot Monday and Tuesday, and I'll tell you what, we worked our butts off yesterday. Had about a 12-hour day, and the dudes, you know how we roll, Jeff. We did not go as hard last night as we did the first 2.
You just run out of energy. You're just getting old. What? Run out of time. Knew you had to get up early this morning to be on our show because it's 8:30 in the morning there. What?
Yes. All of those.
Yeah, I get it, man. It's funny. You start, if you do this a couple of times, like if you do this next year, you'll start to know, all right, we'll go hard the second night, or you got to, but every time, JJ knows this, because JJ and I, the first time I took JJ to Vegas with me on one of these, he looked at me and says, you can drink water. And I'm like, oh, damn, like who knew? I had no idea. You don't go hard the first night, but every time I say I won't go hard the first night, I go hard the first night.
Yeah, I put a rubber band around my wrist, and I got to snap myself to make sure I'm drinking water.
It's like the commercial. Van Allen Nunley's with us. He's one of your boys. He's in L.A. or LV, however you Los Angeles, for the big game, Bengals and Rams on Sunday.
And Van, you mentioned you guys have been dropping an unbelievable amount of content and just catching everyone that's out there. I know that, there's the superstar names, but what has been the best conversation to you so far?
Well, JJ, you know how we do. If we can help people, we put that to the top of the stack. So anyone who has a compelling story that we can attach to some kind of nonprofit, to some kind of organization where we're going to help people, that's what we're excited to do.
And that was who?
That was almost everybody. if someone has like a strictly corporate sponsor, we don't push them that hard. But if they got a foundation or a nonprofit they're helping, we're just jacking up. We have so many of these great interviews that made the show, and there's even more that didn't make the show. So you can check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcasts, and we are at Talk ABQ, or you can just search 2 Men On, of course. We got tons of great content, tons of great interviews.
Dude, what's the vibe like? Because this is the first big Super Bowl event since it shut down. It became all virtual over the last few years. What's it like just being out there and just getting the energy from everyone?
The energy is very high. That's the first thing I noticed, because we come in early, we wake up early, we start working early, but the buzz is already here in the morning. A lot of smiling faces, a lot of people just super excited to get these musicians, these actors, these athletes, and we had a sports psychologist yesterday, and piggybacking on the last question, that might have been my favorite, because I needed a nice, chill, calm respite. This guy had a total ASMR voice, and I just kept forgetting my next question for him because he just lulled me into a state of relaxation.
When you say, Van, Super Bowl is the most unique event in our culture, in American culture. And I say that because you go to the NCAA tournament, it's about the basketball. You go to a conference tournament, you go to the World Series, about the baseball. You go to the NBA, you go to the Academy Awards, it's about that event. This particular, maybe it's because there's a 2-week run-up and you do this whole radio row, but this particular event is about everything but football, and then everybody's got to, Joe Burrow's great, or Matthew Stafford's great, but would you agree this is unique in American culture because it's not even about the event?
Yeah, I'm a big New Mexico Bowl guy, but the Super Bowl's all right too, I suppose.
It's all right.
But seriously, it's a huge deal. This whole town, especially downtown where we are, it's just painted with LVI everywhere. You're seeing blue and yellow, black and orange everywhere, and it's wildly interesting.
So what's the feel that you've gotten from everyone you've run through, and then you ask them I don't know if you do or not, but all right, your Super Bowl pick. Where is LA leaning? Where are the celebs leaning?
Oh, well, surprise, surprise, it's overwhelmingly Rams in a blowout. Almost every person we've had sit in with us said Rams in a blowout. And I constantly remind them, okay, well, what about our sweet, sweet Prince Harambe? You're not considering the ghost of Harambe hanging over the Cincinnati Bengals to pull off this big upset.
All right, so work with me, because I've been on this Joe Burrow thing today, and I prefaced it every time, and now people are telling me I'm hating, and I'm not. I love Joe Burrow. Love everything about him. Love his swag. Love his game. Love his story. Love what he's done for a franchise that's been bad. He got a little bit lucky to get here, which, fine. Everybody gets lucky, right? I mean, they got by Derek Carr through an interception in the first round. Tannehill was horrible in the second round. Chiefs fell apart in the third. But I love him. But I'm not ready to anoint him the next face of the league, and it feels like because we got 2 weeks of hype and everybody's there, and because he's so cool and there's so much swag, that he's the new face of the league. Where are you on Burrow, and are you getting that feel like, oh my goodness, because it feels like what we did with Mahomes 2 years ago, and he hasn't won one since.
Well, I'll tell you what, the hype train is not running out of coal here in Los Angeles. Right? Everybody's saying Joe Burrow has that it factor.
He does.
And the it factor... he's getting Tom Brady comparisons already, and we know what we do in radio here. There's a lot of hyperbole, but I see the connection. I see the confidence. I see what he's done with so little, and he's already here in his second year. It's just so impressive.
When you say he's done so much with so little, what's so little? I mean, I look around.
He's got 9 sacks in a game.
All right,
you don't win a lot of games when you get sacked 9 times.
He's got
still
3
pulled it
really
out.
good receivers, like 3 receivers that I think almost anybody would love to have. He's got a pretty good defense. He's got a good running game. He's got a good tight end. I'm going to argue with you a little bit on so little.
Well, I mean, they are in the Super Bowl, so little is obviously, we'll sprinkle that word in again, hyperbole.
All right.
But Joe Burrow's the type of quarterback, he won a game by getting sacked 9 times.
that
He's
did
about
happen.
to be chased around by Aaron Donald and Von Miller. So double-digit sacks aren't out of the question. But he might have double-digit big plays to this great wide receiving core he has.
Look, and I look at the Chiefs game, and he got away from a couple of sacks. He looked like Patrick Mahomes / Ben Roethlisberger at times. He's terrific. I don't want to pour water on what he is. I guess I'm just not ready to make his bust yet. Although his bust, for if he goes into Canton, like if he's wearing the Cartier shades and the chains and everything, his bust
Sunday decides it.
His bust could be the coolest bust in that room.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure who the Bengals team doctor is, but they better not use this mentholatum CBD cream that Pat McAfee used yesterday. The FanDuel Sportsbook studio is the closest big studio to us, and Pat McAfee's the big deal on that station, and his shtick is, he has the black wife beater on every day, and he was rubbing CBD mentholatum oil on himself, and then in between interviews I run to the restroom. And then here comes Pat McAfee in the restroom, and he's just crying. His eyes are bloodshot red, and he's crying. He said he forgot that he put the mentholatum CBD oil on his hands and rubbed his eyes, and he had to run off set. So I'm here washing my hands after using the restroom, and Pat McAfee is washing mentholatum CBD oil out of his eyes.
See,
That's the kind of moments here on Radio Row that stand out even better than some of these awesome interviews that we have.
People in New Mexico can absolutely commiserate with that. That's peeling green chili and then rubbing your eyes.
You got it right
that's
there.
exactly what it is.
All right, well, appreciate you washing your hands. Thank you for that update.
That's what I got out of that, too. At least the man washes his hands.
I don't mean to humble brag here, but I do it every time.
Yeah, it's a big, you're a hell of a guy. I don't.
All right, what do you guys got on deck today that people can tune in for this afternoon?
Oh, tons of great interviews. Diplo, All World EDM. We
Wait,
got
for
Diplo. We got the guy who's hosting the NFL Honors. We got Trey Wingo. We're just grabbing people here and there. We got LeGarrette Blunt coming up here very soon. We got a lot of great interviews. I mean, we have so many great interviews. We have to put them all online on Spotify or wherever else you get your podcast.
Is
I think
that
we did 13 yesterday. We got 11 scheduled today, and we're picking up more and more and more.
So wait, so is that guy hosting the NFL Honors? You talking Keegan Michael Key?
No, not Keegan Michael Key. We got Yogi Roth.
Oh, Yogi. Oh, the Pac-12 dude. Okay, gotcha. Got a little excited there for a second. That one I'd geek out on.
I should have printed out a list or pulled up my Google Calendar because we have so many I can't even rattle them all off the top of my head.
Did you have breakfast yet?
You got Jake Plummer. Yeah, I already got breakfast. The burritos were already gone by the time we got here, so I went oatmeal with some berries in it.
So you're eating off the media feed.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I don't pay for anything until dinner.
Free is cheap. No, free is cheap. And then do you really pay for dinner, or is it on the well, never mind. It should be on the company.
Well, all of our wonderful partners and sponsors like Teller
understand.
Vodka and OE Solar and New Mexico Highlands, they're helping us get out here. So we got a little help with dinner and drinks.
Best meals I've ever had have been on Expense Report. You know that. I mean,
just picked up 2 great interviews. We got Bruce Buffer and Juliana Pena. So they're racking up already.
All right, the show's 2 Men On. They're live from Radio Row, 4 o'clock this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon and every afternoon, Monday through Friday here on The Sports Animal. He is Van Allen Nunley. He is in Los Angeles. Appreciate you spending some time. Have fun out there. Best to the boys.
Appreciate you guys, and so excited to listen to your show while we're prepping for the day. You guys are amazing.
Be well, and very goodly did out there, as Rob Akey once said. Goodly did. Keep it up and have fun. We'll talk to you tomorrow probably.
R.I.P. Harambe. Go Bengals.
Later. Van Allen Nunley. Now you can. The mic's still open. Hey, they just got a Bruce Buffer. Did you hear that? That was Fred. Did you hear me? All right. So it's Los Angeles. You buying that? Is that for Van Jefferson, the Rams receiver?
That's funny. Ooh.
Oh, what? I know that makes
X Factor.
Yes, it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP prize pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that easy. If you already have the app, don't worry. You're registered for a chance to win too. Thank you to our participating sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sonic, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app right now for your chance to win.
The energy landscape is limitless and ever-changing. Cleaner energy resources are crucial to New Mexico's environment. For 100 years, PNM has utilized cutting-edge technology and employed hard-working New Mexicans to ensure that we have consistent, reliable energy when we need it. For life's loudest moments, quietest moments, and every moment in between. We're dedicated to providing you with energy now and into the future. All you have to do is dream of what to do with it next.
I'm Ben Lucero, president and owner of Indigo Mortgage. We are a locally owned and operated mortgage company right here in New Mexico. This means your loan officers and processors are right here to serve you. Our mortgage divisions include residential, commercial, construction, reverse mortgages, and VA mortgage loan. Indigo Mortgage, because nobody cares more about your mortgage loan.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Jackson Compaction wants to help you keep your green and keep the community green as well. Jackson Compaction has worked hard to maintain the same prices since day one. Always easy and painless trash removal with professional crews and quality service. If it's non-hazardous waste, debris, or trash on your land, leave it to us. At Jackson Compaction, we're dedicated to ensuring the conservation of our environment. You trash it, we smash it. Jackson Compaction, we've earned a reputation for great results.
Hi, I'm Joe with Everguard Roofing and Solar, and I'm proud to say I'm standing next to our University of New Mexico Lobo football quarterback, Terry Wilson. We at Everguard Roofing and Solar are active in our community, and we love the Lobos.
What I love about Everguard Roofing and Solar is their commitment to excellence, and that's what I'm all about. That's why I support this company, because they care about the people of New Mexico.
A hole in your roof or a whole new roof?
Go Lobos!
Everguard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
You trusted your home or business security to a company with an armed response. They sold out to a national corporate giant, and you're stuck on the brink of less security. I'm Aaron Jones, owner of International Protective Service. IPS isn't for sale. I'm invested here, and I care about your home and business as if it's my own. Let the highly trained armed guards or 24-hour patrols of IPS protect what's yours. With faster response times to catch criminals and less associated costs. Call 897-2420 or go to ipsglobal.com.
Well, I'm
going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I grew up in that town, and it was never called Los Angeles, but at least they got a van. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I lived there for a while.
Yeah. What was it called when you were there?
L.A.
Yeah, L.A. All right. Catch the boys this afternoon. You can catch them over on right here on this radio station. Lobo Hobo says, love any opening drive talk referring to Jonathan Paul football. We had a caller, who was it, Frank, earlier, that did he say that Patrick Mahomes is just kind of Johnny Manziel on steroids, right?
Ooh.
Frank was a little cray-cray on that take.
Yeah, I think that's a little much.
Frank,
Okay.
Frank, calm down.
I'm down with
How
that take.
quickly people have soured on Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Like, what does he mean on steroids? Like,
Well, just he's faster.
Bigger, faster, stronger.
Better.
okay.
I mean, the steroids
He's
make you
like,
better, right?
Not Johnny Manziel.
Dude, okay, I've missed on a bunch of guys.
Money
right?
bags.
I've missed on guys coming in and out of the league.
course.
And the one I jump out, I thought Matt Leinart was going to be good. I thought SC had prepared him. I thought Matt Leinart was a pro quarterback. I was wrong.
Never trust the lefty.
The one did I not nail Johnny Manziel? Yeah. I mean, everybody, he's going to be so good, and he's going to do. Well, no, he's not. Like, what did people see? He had that one really good game at Texas A&M where they beat. Was it LSU?
Alabama.
Was it Alabama?
The Alabama.
And he had that great game, and he was making crazy plays and running around. He was fantastic. Fantastic. But I just don't know what people saw in him that made you think he was going to be a great or even a good NFL quarterback. And then there was the immaturity thing. So, Jeremy says, get off my rocks, Jeff. Eli, not in JJ's Hall of Fame. That was a serious get off my lawn moment. Good take, JJ. That was a great take by you.
Not
Eli.
Hall of Fame.
All right. Better career, Eli or Matthew Stafford? If Stafford, let's just say Stafford wins a ring. I'm saying if. Because right now you'd have to go Eli, right? Because he won 2 Super Bowls but better career. I asked you about Phillip Rivers the other day in Stafford.
Better career.
Mm-hmm.
I have to straight top of my head. You're going to say Eli Manning.
Well,
He's
he
with
won
the
2
Giants.
Super
He won
Bowls.
2
Yeah.
Super Bowls.
Yeah. So right now it's easy, right? Right now it's easy. It was Rivers had a better career than Stafford. And I know you're looking at the numbers. Better career right now, Phillip Rivers or Matthew Stafford? Today, before the Super Bowl. Better career. Who's a better quarterback? Numbers, whatever. Who's a better quarterback? Whose career would you rather have had? Rivers or Stafford's up to now?
Rivers.
Me too. And it totally changes on Monday if he wins, right? Totally changes. It's what amazing football. Maybe every sport isn't like that. I guess you can have this conversation if James Harden wins a championship, or Chris Paul wins a championship, or if Mike Trout wins a championship. I guess we can. The narrative changes a little bit, but is it more for a quarterback than anything else in the world of sports?
Yes.
Right. I mean, more than a pitcher. Who was it? Who was compared? Remember there was an email the other day that compared Clayton Kershaw to somebody? Oh, to Aaron Rodgers. To Aaron Rodgers. And I thought, wow, that was really good. Great numbers. all-time great at their position and has one ring. Now, Kershaw's been to a few more World Series, lost a few. Did you think that was a good comparison? Because I thought it was really good.
Yes.
All right, what are you looking at the numbers? What did you find with Eli and Stafford? Now, Eli played more years. There's more years of a sample size, right?
Yeah, Eli's got 236 games. Stafford at 182.
Mhm.
Eli Manning 117 and 117.
Is that right? Is this regular season or playoff included?
It's just total.
Total, okay.
Eli, that is Eli Manning.
No, he had
That is
some bad years.
for him to be a 500 quarterback, but
he went to
two unbelievable Super Bowl.
And by the way, who did he beat in both of those Super Bowls?
Tom Brady.
That's right. I think that's even more to it. If he'd have beat the Bengals,
And he had two big-time plays. He had the get out of a sack,
throw to David,
somehow snuck some spider tack onto the football to where it hits David Tyree in the helmet and doesn't go anywhere.
Yep, that's that Manning
and
magic.
then
Yep.
the throw to Mario Manningham.
That's right. To
Down
win,
sideline.
win the game. Yeah. Yeah. So what is 117, 170? What's Stafford's? You compare it to Stafford.
He is 86, 95, and 1.
80. So he is 9 games under 500. Okay. Touchdown to interception ratio.
366 career touchdowns for Eli Manning with 244
Wait.
interceptions.
366 and Manning only has 117.
Huh?
You said Manning only has 117.
Wins and 117 losses.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I thought. All right. So how many touchdown passes?
4.
What was Manning's ratio? Touchdowns to interceptions.
1.6 to 1.
Okay. All right. We'll continue this conversation.
Yeah, this is fun.
Friday. Can I make it clear one more time? I really like Joe Burrow. Really, really like him.
Overrated.
Just tapping the hype train brakes. That's all. Thanks to Van,
You're making people think
Alan
it's good.
Nunley, Miles Kendrick, and Jerry Palm. Jerry's show
great
is
show
next.
today.
The Herd with Colin Coward after that. 2 men on from Los Angeles at 4. We're back with more award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work on the TV side again. Thank you. A-Marie, late night last night, and you come in today.
Here.
Thank you. Great work today.
Thank
and
you.
by the way, I do think it was a good show, too.
Thank you.
Get your
Don't worry.
trade deadline takes ready.
Ooh,
Coming
yes,
in hot.
let's go.
Yeah, they're coming tomorrow.
Tencent.
Big day for you?
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m.
This week on High School Sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Hey basketball fans, here's your chance to win an NMAA 2022 State Basketball VIP Prize Pack. Just download the NMAA 24/7 app on your mobile device to be registered to win. The prize pack includes 2 passes to the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Tournament, plus 2 Lobo level tickets. You know, those seats in the first 5 rows from the pit floor. You also win a $500 gift card to Dick's Sporting Goods, a $100 gift card provided by Sonic Drive-In, an NMAA edition Wilson Evolution Leather Basketball, and a 6-month membership to New Mexico Sports and Wellness. All you have to do is download the NMAA 24/7 mobile app on iOS or Android, and you are registered to win. A winner will be picked during the 2022 NMAA State Basketball Selection Show on Sunday, February 27th. So let's review. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app and be entered to win lots of cool stuff. It's just that easy. If you already have the app, don't worry. You're registered for a chance to win too. Thank you to our participating sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, Sonic, New Mexico Sports and Wellness, and Wilson. Download the free NMAA 24/7 app right now for your chance to win.
When looking for the best experience while buying an all-new Kia, Fiesta Kia offers some of the most knowledgeable and friendly Kia specialists in New Mexico. They'll help you find the Kia that will meet all your expectations. Kias have some of the most affordable vehicles for you to choose from, offering extensive options and style for the price. And with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Kia won't be beat. Come be a part of the Fiesta family today, 7400 Lomas Boulevard Northeast, or start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Dreaming about that brand new Subaru? You know which one you want, but have you been able to really drive one yet? Whether you're online at fiestasubaru.com or ready to get out and drive the real thing, our Subarus are sanitized and ready to drive. There's never been a better time to fall in love with your new Subaru. So get driving now at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or online at fiestasubaru.com to schedule your real test drive.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.